what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the show. We are your hosts, Chase and Myles, and we are at the Lucky Duck. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Myles, please introduce our guest.
Today's guest is one of our most requested. We've been trying to get him on the show for the last 6 months, and finally, ladies and gentlemen, he is here. Fresh off the marriage train, he literally got married this past weekend. He comes from one of the states that everyone pronounces incorrectly. Their state bird is the mockingbird, and they rank 13th in the nation in the value of products sold. Have you guessed it yet? It's Arkansas. Since then, he did a little thing called college, went to pick up his master's degree, and finally landed himself in the centennial state. He's currently the starting quarterback for the Tampa... Oh, wait. Hold on. Sorry. That's for our guest next week. He currently works in HR and lives with his 2 dogs and love of his life, whom he is now happily married to. This is Josh.
Wow, you guys know way more about me than I thought. That's pretty cool.
Or about Arkansas.
About Arkansas. You know
fact.
more about Arkansas than I do.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive. Myles is getting pretty good at these introductions.
Yeah, that was solid.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you on. You got married this past weekend. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty awesome. Pretty crazy.
Yep. How did it go generally? Good?
Generally good. Yeah, I think
You guys made it.
Really
You guys,
smooth.
she said yes.
there's
I'm
rings on our
surprised.
fingers. We went through with it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, really happy. Everything went super well, and got some little moments and stories out of it. So
Yeah.
That's awesome. Where was it?
in Arkansas,
Yeah.
Nice.
down where people don't know.
What's up?
So both our families are from out there, about 4 hours apart. So found a nice common place in Bentonville, Arkansas, which is where that Walmart headquarters is.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Love me a
The
Walmart.
Walmart headquarters.
Yes.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Building a new campus, and it's going to be 21 buildings for Walmart headquarters.
God damn.
Is it just 21 Walmarts?
Yes. It's
Yeah.
one Walmart split into 21 separate. I have no idea.
That's crazy.
But yeah, out there. And so we had our reception and guest stay at a hotel called 21C, which is like a cool museum and hotel, like boutique hotel thing. So it's got like modern art everywhere, and it's like open to the public. They can walk around.
Nice.
Super
Hell
cool.
yeah.
And then had our ceremony over at this outdoor chapel a few minutes away called Mildred B. Cooper Chapel. So super awesome.
Wow. Did
Yeah.
you used to work at that hotel?
I did. Yeah. I used to bartend there, and Maddie used to work events there, which is why we knew that it was a good place for wedding receptions.
Nice. Is that where the speakeasy is, or
No,
Oh,
it's a
sorry, I
different
shouldn't
one.
talk about it, right?
It's a huge secret.
Yeah.
Just
Never
a
heard of a
different place.
speakeasy before.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
only one.
You're a
in
pretty
the United
famous
States.
bartender in Arkansas.
I have bartended at several places. Yeah.
Yeah.
With like
I've had one of
Walmart
your
people.
drinks.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
don't
good.
remember the night.
He's
but-
pretty good, folks.
decent.
Yeah. And he makes a good drink.
I could spill a good drink on the counter too.
What is your favorite drink?
Probably like scotch if I'm just drinking something.
Incorrect. It's Pabst Blue
Pabst
Ribbon.
Blue Ribbon.
Brought to you by At the Lucky Duck.
That's why we decided
Our
on this
official
drink.
sponsor, unofficially.
Yeah, unofficially.
PBR.
Established in Milwaukee in 1844, this beer is 16 fluid ounces now. A scotch. Your favorite drink is a scotch?
Yeah, if I'm just like
Yeah.
gonna sip on something, like
Yeah.
I'll just have like some
that's
Glenlivet
good.
or something. But like
Ooh.
mixed drink, probably, and I think I've made this for you guys, that Bella Luna, which is that blue one.
Yeah.
It's like
Delicious.
a riff on a aviation.
Yeah, that's really good. That was the first time I ever discovered, is it cream of violet?
Yeah, creme de violet.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I was kind of shocked. I didn't know that they actually extract it from the flower, and it is purple.
Yeah,
Or
yeah, it's like
violet.
in-
Surprise, surprise.
I'm gonna say Switzerland, but that's probably wrong.
Hmm.
But there's like literally fields of violets, and they go out there and
Yeah.
pick them and
Isn't
press
that where
them.
they get a lot of color? From
Violet?
from like
Switzerland.
plants and bugs and shit.
I think,
Yeah, like a lot of pigments are from like beetles
Yeah.
and stuff.
I think purple is like one of the like rarest colors in nature. Like it doesn't happen
Yeah, that's
very
true.
often. Is that true?
You guys know a
Yeah.
lot about Arkansas and a lot
Just-
about colors.
Thinking
Well,
in
I am
here.
Love that.
creative.
I guess
so
that's
know
fair.
A couple things about color.
You do colors a lot.
Purple's on the color wheel.
People don't realize how much color influences everything. Our
Wasn't there
mood.
like restaurants like blue kills your your appetite?
Yeah, it's like yellow and red are the most appetizing colors. Hence, like
McDonald's.
majority, of brands use that color. In-N-Out, Wendy's,
Nice.
yeah. Typically your like cooler colors are like less palatable in terms of like.
Gotcha.
Because you feel sad and depressed.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. There's also like, what was the other thing? Oh, color and like nature. Like the reason why like certain birds are the color is for, like the peacock is like this grand bird with these big, like at least the males are. I think the females
really cool.
aren't, but they do that. And they're colorful and beautiful to attract a mate. Fun fact also about the peacock is the females can fly, but the males have trouble flying because of the big bushy feathers in the back is weighed them down. So
Got a dump truck ass. Can't fly.
the male peacock prioritizes having sex over flying, which I feel like in human like recent history, I feel like we would probably give up sex for flying. At least I would.
Unless you're like, who were the two guys that made the first airplane?
They were
brothers.
like they probably give up sex
Feel
for
like they
flying too.
prioritize
Yeah,
flying.
yeah, probably.
Wow, I didn't think
was it?
about that.
Yeah,
Like if you had a giant dick, it would just weigh you
they
down.
just weigh
right?
you down.
Probably.
You get
Yeah.
guys like chopping their dicks off just so they can try to gain flight.
Or like Randy from South Park
Oh, true.
It's a good one.
when he wanted marijuana.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean it's just crazy how color plays
Peacocks
into.
have purple, right?
Peacocks are like green, purple.
Yeah, like blue green
Yeah.
mix, and then they have
Apparently,
little
those are the
spots.
colors that make girls horny, according to them.
Well,
That
female
species, at least.
peacocks.
Female peacocks.
Yeah.
At least female peacocks.
Oh yeah, female. Yeah, at least the female. Yeah. They're
I guess
weird,
so.
dude. It's not normal. It's not normal. No.
Yeah, that's cool. So did you have your honeymoon?
No, we're doing that this weekend.
Ooh.
Before we get to that, though, I was gonna say, just speaking of drinks and weddings and stuff, there was a drink back when we worked at 21C that I made for Madison and named after Madison,
Oh.
and we served it at the wedding, like for all the guests to have this cocktail. So it's called the Sunburnt Ginger.
Nice.
Ooh.
Natty is a
Did they
redhead.
still serve it at the bar? Or
Yeah,
they
that's
know
why
of
we
it?
did it. We went
Yeah.
there to do an appetizer tasting, and my drink was still on the menu. And I was like, oh shit, can we have this at our wedding?
That's awesome.
Yeah. So there was like a little thing up at the bar that said like, hey, Josh made this for Madison whenever they worked here. And it was like a really cool little.
Your legacy
Piece in
lives
there.
on, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good thing you married her.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like Sunburnt Ginger would not
Awkward.
fit anyone else.
No. So honeymoon, you're
Yeah.
Is that where the babies come?
Leaving on Saturday.
Just ignored that
no
question.
plans for babies.
Slide
No
right
plans
past
for
that
that.
question.
Just gonna slide right by that one.
That's okay. No, so you had to get like tested for COVID before you leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got my results today actually, so I'm negative. So
Congrats.
So you can make
Congratulations.
out now?
I get to exactly.
Yeah.
I can make out with COVID patients.
I
with
heard you can
impunity.
like buy negative test
On the black
paperwork.
market?
Well, they were saying
like
like
I
some
know a
people were
guy that
saying
can
that you could
Photoshop
get
them,
them
too.
like some of the gate. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Well, we're not
Terrible
going to
thing
go into
to
that. I know my way around Photoshop. Let's just say that. No, at the gate, like the, I guess you would call them a gate host. That some of them have been like busted for selling negative tests to like for passengers.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They were like,
Yeah.
excuse me, everyone, if you're on flight AC, please come up and get your COVID test.
Yeah, for $10. No,
Well,
because like
upgrade you.
people would
Jeez.
show up, they have to like show that they're negative, and
Yeah.
they.
yeah. So you've
wouldn't-
gotten tested, right?
I've gotten
Like the nasal.
yeah, I've gotten.
Have you
tested.
done any other tests for COVID?
Are we talking about the one where you stick a thing up your butt?
No.
The
But I
rapid
did.
test?
I did go
You
get
got a rapid
tested.
test?
What?
A
You're
rapid
talking about a
test?
rapid test?
No, it's still like the PCR, like
Yeah, yeah.
antiviral test. But like, I thought it was going to be the nose thing, and then I went in there, and the guy, I'm sitting in my car, right? It's like a drive-up testing
Yeah.
situation. So I text them that I'm here. They come out, and he's got this vial. And he's like, "Hey, you're gonna spit into this vial. until you get past like the third line out of 10 on the vial. We need quite a bit of spit. So I'm just going to leave this with you, and you just text me when you're done.
Whoa.
I feel like
This
you're the
is
sperm donor.
Really weird. Yeah, exactly.
But
the worst part was like there's other people also getting tests in their cars right next to me, so we're all just sitting there fucking
like-
spitting in
just like-
these things and trying not
like
to
the
look at
chewing
each other.
dip or something. Like
And
a
I'm
little
like,
spit cup.
it's like first thing in the morning. I didn't even drink. I went there like 8 a.m. My mouth is super dry, and I'm just trying to fucking build some spit up, and then like awkwardly making eye contact with this elderly lady next to me who's also spitting into it too. It was very surreal and weird.
You
Just
look
take your
over, she
water.
nods at you, and you're
And
like,
then I called Maddie afterwards, and I was like, I don't know if I just took. I really hope that's what they needed because I didn't know that was a thing.
bro, there's gonna be a news story where it's like faulty testing center collected hundreds of spit from unsuspecting visitors, and
Yeah, created clones and shit.
And then when he picked up my test, he made this weird comment where he was like, I hope you're negative. And I was kind of like, why? I feel like that was well intentioned, but it came off really weird.
He's
and I
like-
was like, are you saying, like, do you see something in my spit that would indicate I'm going to be positive?
yeah,
Like, what does
he
that
was like
mean?
shaking up in front of the sun, going, yeah,
Yeah, he's like, this looks like shit.
Yep.
You look
Like
sick.
when you get an STD test for HIV or something, they're like, I hope you're negative.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
what? I was like, I do too. I need to go on my honeymoon.
I'm not
It'd
sure.
suck to
I
be
came
positive.
in here so I could like hope to be positive. That's not how this works. So
What if I had responded, I don't? Like, I don't
yeah,
agree.
yeah, no,
Want it.
just say no,
Like some time
and
off
then
work.
drive off.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean,
Interesting.
the whole like having to show a test and stuff. I mean, anyone who doesn't give a shit about it will just get around it if they need to.
Well, here's the thing.
How you really
Well,
police
it's
it.
like so like the St. Lucian government is controlling all of it. Like if you go to their official government website, like they've got all the requirements. If you're an international visitor, you have to have like a test within 5 days of leaving.
Yeah.
And you have to like fill out this travel authorization form that they have to review, like with all your information and like your address and phone number and like all this stuff. And like a waiver basically saying, hey, if at any point I do test positive or become symptomatic, I'm totally fine with being like put in a hospital on the island and paying for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I really don't want to do that. But
Cool.
okay,
Yeah.
sure.
But like 10 days in a hospital there is like $10 or something.
Sounds
Well, it just depends on where you're going. It's like
at least it's not like Mexico.
Tijuana?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Same
Spent
thought.
my entire honeymoon in a Mexican
Went to
hospital.
Costa Rica and broke my neck on Zipline, and
Yeah.
there we go. Oh
Jesus.
no, that's Toby from The Office.
Oh yeah, that's
Sorry.
true.
True.
Yeah.
Do they have COVID in St. Lucia?
They have a tracker, but it says 0, and so I don't know if that's like all time or just current, or if they just lie.
Gave up.
But
Yeah. Like the guy that was tallying this up and recording it has died from
just
COVID.
rounded
Yeah.
down, rounded down to 0.
You get there and the U.S. is like, you need a negative test to get back, and they're just like, we don't test here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pretty crazy thing though down in the islands. It's getting 0 news coverage right now. Is the island right next to St. Lucia, St. Vincent's, the largest of the Grenadines, has a volcano on it, which hadn't erupted since like the 70s, and it erupted the other week
I saw that.
and covered the entire island in ash, and like it's like uninhabitable at the moment. Really, like it's terrible.
The entire thing.
Yeah, like
Because
it
of the air
really
quality.
fucked people because it's
Yeah.
small. It's an island.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty. So they've got all these refugees and stuff, and then typically they would put some refugees on other islands. They would have cruise ships and stuff, but they don't want to put anyone on cruise ships if they're not vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
So all these refugees are just out. It's kind of crazy. So
Weird.
So do they just swim
yeah.
like to the next island or something?
I don't,
Where
I don't know
There's
what they're
boats,
I don't know what they're
bro.
doing, but I'm
There's other
expecting that
boats.
like
Poor
when we
people.
go, there's probably going to be like some refugee areas or something
if
set
you,
up. I don't
you
know.
guys, if you just hang out at the resort,
Yeah, I
Then
doubt
you'll
that
be
we will
fine.
see it unless
Yeah.
maybe while we're driving there.
yeah, right,
We're not really allowed to like
Don't
leave
pick-
the resort either.
yeah. Don't pick up any hitchhikers.
Basically just like quarantined.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's interesting. There was a news article that came out that said like an airplane from some city, I can't remember, from India flew outside of India. All the people,
Oh, it's like almost everyone got infected, right?
yeah, 50, because you had to
It was
take
to China.
another
It was
test
from
to-
like India to or
India
maybe
to
it was in
China, I think
Japan.
it was.
It might have been it's China or Japan somewhere.
yeah.
Oh, you're
But-
talking about the one that was this month? in
Yeah,
April?
yeah.
Yeah, it
So
was
they
recent.
get on. Everybody
saw that.
presented a COVID-free test.
Yeah.
But when they get to the destination, they have to do another test. And apparently, like 52 of like a couple hundred passengers were infected or came up positive. So that's where I learned that a lot of
Yeah,
people are buying
They're like
fake
doing a study.
COVID test results.
No, they're really investigating it and like doing a study because that's also abnormal for that many people on the plane to get infected
Yeah.
from one case like that.
Exactly.
And so they're like, how did that spread so like magnificently through this plane? I don't know.
Bitches be lying about their COVID tests.
Magnificent seems like the wrong word to describe that terrible situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate for people who are like actually were negative, and
Yeah.
then
And
like,
then now they're
having to deal
I'm
with that
I'm
shit.
only halfway vaccinated. So
When are you supposed
I'm
to get your second one?
70% immune. So
Me
I'm
too.
supposed to get it like the day we're leaving for our honeymoon.
Oh yes,
And
fuck
so
that.
I can't do that for one, but even if I could do it like the day before, you'd feel like I'd probably feel like shit for the
Yeah.
first 2 days of our honeymoon.
So I got it last Thursday, and woke up Friday, went to work, was like feeling fine, and then like around noon, it just like,
Yeah.
and I was feeling like I was feeling.
No, I had a
shitty.
bad time with the first shot.
Did you
Like,
really?
I had a really bad time.
Like
yeah.
similar to what I was experiencing.
I spent all day in bed the next day. Like
Yeah.
I had chills, I had a fever. Like I was like in and out
Dude,
of
you
sleep.
got-
I was like
you
and
probably got
achy.
COVID.
You
Like I
had
felt like I had the
COVID.
flu. You know,
You had COVID.
You probably
before,
had COVID before, yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
You son of a
I don't know.
bitch. No,
I really
Yeah.
don't know.
Some people get it in their first shot too.
It felt like I was like coming down with the flu. I had a
Yeah.
low grade fever, and then like the next day I woke up and I was fine. But the entire time, all I could think was because I hadn't been sick in like 2 years, and so when I got those symptoms from the second shot, I was like, bro, if COVID is even like twice as bad as like how I'm feeling right now, because I'm like being a little bitch because I haven't had to feel
Been
like
sick
shit
in
in
so
so
long.
long. I'm so glad I got this vaccine.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Totally
I,
worth it.
That's like
I
anytime,
like
anytime you get the flu, you're always like, I am getting the flu vaccine
Yeah,
next
yeah, I
year.
got the flu shot. I'm like, good to go. No, I shouted a bunch at our wedding because our wedding band was super loud and everyone couldn't hear each other. And so I'm kind of hoarse and have been for several days.
Sound
and like,
okay.
so my throat hurts a little bit just from being hoarse. And so
Yeah.
I was like kind of nervous.
You're like, I need
I was
to
like, shit,
go.
am
Yeah.
I getting COVID right now?
Oh yeah.
So
I
feel
always
like
get
that-
anxious before I travel in the same way. I'm like,
Yeah.
if I'm going somewhere I'm excited about, I'm like, okay, don't get sick, don't get sick, don't get
Right.
sick,
every
don't
time.
get sick.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always getting sick because I have like acid reflux in the night, so I
Mhm.
always wake up, my throat's really dry.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll have a sore throat. And I'm
I
like,
have like the giant thing of Tums next to my bed
Yeah,
all the
me too.
time. Yeah.
yeah.
That's key. If you
Tums are key once you're past like 25.
Oh, for sure.
Like, and if any younger people are listening, like, you will want Tums, and it's okay, and you don't need to be embarrassed by
You
that.
can
Yeah,
eat them
Tums are
like they're
life.
candy.
I didn't realize Tums
won't
had
hurt.
such a bad rep for being. I guess it's kind of associated with like overweight middle-aged men, like eating.
Yeah.
We're the
terrible.
prime demographic for Tums, man. I don't know what you're saying.
I don't know.
I love
for me.
Tums.
For
They
most
saved my life.
people, it's like instant relief. I know Miles struggles with like
Yeah.
relief and stuff because he has a deeper issue. But
Struggle with relief.
yeah, relief. Yeah.
Hate it.
Do you
Relief.
struggle with
Do you
relief?
struggle with the relief?
No, I pop a couple of those. Like it'll be so bad sometimes I can't sleep. So
Yeah,
I'll just pop
yeah.
a couple of those and then my mouth tastes disgusting after, but
Oh,
at least I
totally.
can fall back
Yeah.
asleep.
That feeling you get where it's like you can still feel it lingering.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the tum
Right up at the
taste
top,
when you
like,
wake
I'll
up in
feel
the
it.
morning. You're like, ugh.
Mhm.
But honestly, like the worst part is waking up multiple times in the night and not realizing it's heartburn. That's like waking you up, and
Well,
then
it's like you're like half asleep, so you're not thinking.
Yeah.
Too. Like you're like, oh god, I'm just fucking.
by
you
the
guys
time
ever like choke on it?
choke on what
Oh yeah.
acid reflux.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah.
just like randomly
Oh, I
choke.
don't. No, maybe I do. I
You
don't.
can't
realize
breathe.
It.
I just have to like cough it up.
It sounds more like
Oh.
sleep
This is like
apnea or
this is
something.
disgusting.
Sounds like
You're
you
just
need
choking in your sleep.
See a doctor,
no,
bro.
not choking randomly. Like,
Oh, okay. Just,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It's all the dicks.
and then I
Wow.
die.
Stop eating dicks in your sleep.
Yeah.
I
It's
like
okay if you
licorice.
want to do it, but
It's
like
hungry.
not in front of Sarah. Probably.
That's. I mean,
Is this
she'd
an
probably agree
intervention?
with that.
Yeah.
It is.
The
We're
flat-
serious
the-
right
the
now.
This is
We
not a
really,
podcast?
we really need to talk about something.
I feel like every podcast there's an intervention moment that's
About dicks.
Well, yeah, mostly about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Dick Intervention, episode 12.
Please
At the
welcome
lucky
Josh.
dick.
Yeah, Tums be
I just got what you said.
you better bring some Tums on that trip. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm going to.
With the combination of all the great
Definitely going
food.
to. My Tums actually like burst in my suitcase on the way to the wedding, and my suit and everything was like covered in Tum dust.
Oh, cool.
Nice. Tum dust.
Oh, cum
You can
dust.
snort that.
Tum dust.
Comes. Love comes. Tums.
Is your resort all inclusive with drinks or?
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
All right.
Yes,
That's the
we're
shit.
staying at Sandals Regency Le Toc.
Ooh, I have not stayed at Sandals, but I've heard it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's all inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
It is pretty crazy. Like, and not to in any way make COVID sound like a good thing at all. But one silver lining was obvious that the travel industry was affected.
Yeah.
Pretty dramatically, and so we got just the craziest rates on going there,
Mm-hmm.
and heard that like if it was normal times, the week probably would have cost like $60,000, which of course we would never be able to do. But we're basically taking a trip to Mexico is what we're doing now. So
Yeah.
like,
That's
I'm
crazy.
thankful for that part of it.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
we're getting a honeymoon that I would have never imagined. Like
Yeah,
we have a
that
butler.
worked
We have
out.
2 butlers
What?
that are there to wait on us all week long.
Whoa.
I want to. I'll maybe talk for a second while I pull it up.
Okay.
But I want to read you some butler stories because they're hilarious.
Dude, Butler's is
weird
where
having
it's
a
at.
butler.
I just went down to
gotta
the Broadmoor. It's like a 5-star hotel in the Springs.
Yeah.
And there's like butlers everywhere. And like I guess you can like I think you can actually like not hire, but like rent one, I guess. And he'll like
Strip for you and stuff.
they'll wait on you in your room while you're eating in your room and stuff, you know?
Really?
Yeah,
They, like put your napkin in your
Yeah,
food
it
and
like and obviously take your luggage and do that. But I heard one guy, I think it was like one of the princes from like Saudi Arabia, stayed there and rented a pool boy for 25 grand for like the week to watch his kids while they swam.
Oh wow.
And that was his, like, every time the kids went to the pool, he had to like make sure he was there and like only paid attention on the kids the entire time.
Yeah, no, I feel like a C-list celebrity would probably stay in the suite we're staying in. Like,
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
Like I don't know, like a Yin Yang Twins or something. Like,
Yeah.
would probably be there.
Somebody like you
balling
may
out.
have heard once.
Okay, yeah, no. So their website obviously goes through like the things to expect from your butler, like, you know, like folding your clothes or helping you with your
Sex
bags or whatever,
favors.
kind of like grabbing you a drink. But then they have these real butler moments.
Oh, so it's like experiences,
Real men of
like
genius
past
kind of thing.
experiences.
Yeah, like I obviously the best of the best stories that they've picked out, but they really floored me. I'm like, this doesn't sound real. So this one's really good. There was a guest who requested to have breakfast on their balcony each morning. On the last day before their departure, the butler located a ladder, climbed up to their balcony on the 3rd floor, and laid breakfast out on their balcony for them. He then called them and woke them up and asked them to open their balcony door, which they were speechless when they walked out to a full breakfast on their balcony. Like, that's kind of
Bro,
ridiculous, right?
He's like carrying up eggs Benedict on the ladder.
That's crazy.
Right.
Guy has
Yeah, no,
experience.
like
Like
how is
5
this guy coming up
stories
the ladder
up.
with like a full tray of food? Or did he like cook the eggs there? I don't
That's
know.
dedication. Man.
What if they just
guest-
don't wake up?
A guest arrived and wanted to do resort diving. However, then found out she had a phobia of deep water, which is kind of like a funny thing on its own to be like, I'm super into diving.
An
And then have
island,
that
yeah.
realization. But she went and her butler knew she was scared of it. So he also got certified as a diver and dove with her and dives with her every time that she goes to Sandals.
God damn.
There was a
Sandals.
guest who had just had a baby 6 months ago and missed her baby. So the butler called her mom, got pictures of the baby, put them in frames, and put them around her room.
That's crazy. When you said missed her baby, I thought you meant like
She missed it.
it was like gone.
Yeah.
She didn't
Yeah.
know where it was.
Missing. That's insane. That's some next
Yeah.
level
So what are you gonna do?
shit. Yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna do. At
You're
that
gonna be the
level.
next story that
Probably
they
just
talk
gonna be
about.
like, "Hey, could I have another beer, please?"
Yeah.
But like,
So I mean, you're supposed to tip them, right?
it says no tipping, but I feel like you just leave money at the end when you're leaving, so they can't. You just like leave it on the table, and then like, what are they gonna do with it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
mean,
not like
shake
they
it.
they like give you your suitcase and you give them a piece of gum or something, right?
like
Is that
Home Alone.
Isn't that Home Alone? Yeah. Just saying. He gives him the gum.
The guy's like, he Home Alone me. God
Don't-
damn
don't
it. This
spend
is
it
the
all in
second
one
time
place,
this
buddy.
week.
Second time.
Yeah, it says no tipping, but I have a feeling that people probably end up tipping.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it also depends on like, did this guy go out of his way to
Right,
make
like if
your
the butler
experience
got
better?
a ladder and climbed up to my room, I'd probably
Fucking
like,
tip the guy. Yeah,
I don't know, tip
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
like 2 pieces of gum.
Yeah. True.
at least two.
At least two.
At least
You always
two.
gotta one up
And
someone
it would
else.
be like the red hot gum or something like that he'd really remember.
Or like 5.
Five
No,
gum.
Yeah.
I
He
feel
would
like
know how it feels to chew 5 gum,
Yes,
our other
exactly.
sponsor.
Yes, thank you.
Along with PBR, enjoy the great flavors.
I
as
gave
they
him a
mix
list
together.
of companies that we had to do shout outs
Yeah,
on.
we should have Josh read all the sponsorships.
Yeah, I'm
pretty
happy
good
to
at
like
it.
jump in and do that anytime.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You could be like on the Tonight Show, who's the dude that's like on the side, who like That's kind
Are
of
you talking about like Questlove?
yeah. There's that, and then there's like on like the Conan show. There's what's his name? Dick
Oh,
something.
that dude. I don't know his name.
He's funny looking.
But you know who I'm
They're
talking
always,
about.
They're
Yeah, I know who
always
you're talking about.
like silly.
Shorter,
But
kind
they're
of
like
balding guy.
way off camera. They always
Yeah.
have to like cut to him. I feel like you could do that pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thanks.
I
Be
don't know if that's a compliment.
I don't know how to take it.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Yeah.
That's
I
like the
guess.
guy who makes like 20 grand a year and everyone laughs at him, but he's good at looking funny. You don't want that job.
I feel like you described it in a way that no one would want it
Yeah.
purposefully.
I was just like, this started out as a compliment. Now I'm
wow.
not so sure
Yeah.
anymore.
I'm sorry.
Nah, we're just kidding.
Just
Just
told me
throwing it
everyone
out
was
there.
laughing
You're way
at me
better
behind
than
my
that.
back.
Well, we should go back to the Butler conversation.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Oopsies.
honeymoon will be cool.
Yeah,
All
that's
inclusive.
God. You got to be looking forward to that.
Yeah, we booked a couple of like trips or whatever that you do during
Excursions.
like on the tour excursion
Yeah.
things. Yeah, so we're gonna ride horses on the beach.
Yeah.
But a lot of the photos were of the horses like in the water on the beach, like pretty deep in the
Oh.
water, and that scares me
Yeah.
a little bit.
I guess if you fall, it
It
doesn't
sounds
hurt
cool,
as bad.
but I'm a little scared of it, to be honest.
Have you ever been on a horse before?
I did. Super fun. When I was like 14, I went to horse camp for a week.
Oh my
What?
God. Okay.
5 Mile
let's get into
Camp, our
this.
third sponsor, a nonprofit organization in Missouri.
Wow. Horse camp.
That's crazy.
Horse camp. Yeah, my horse's name was Pudding. My friend that
course.
went with me, his horse's name was Rat and looked like a rat. He was like all shedding fur and stuff.
That's
Gross.
disgusting.
Where did they get these horses? That's what I want to know.
Their donation.
Yeah, the horses that went off to the farm after their
Oh,
prime
God.
years.
Yeah, no, yeah, they're the horses that no one wanted.
Yeah.
The
Aw,
island of
I'm sad.
misfit horses.
So
Yeah,
horse camp.
so went to horse camp. I actually went 2 summers in a row
Um,
because I guess I liked it.
Ooh, was this in like Vermont or something?
No, it was in Missouri.
Missouri, dude.
Oh, you just said Missouri.
Yeah, different than
That's
Vermont.
It's
Kinda,
gonna be
yeah,
a lot.
little
I
bit.
feel like
In
a
some
big.
specific ways,
difference.
very different.
So not only did you go to horse camp, but you were like, dude,
it was enough that
so
I went
much
back
fun.
again.
Dad, mom,
Yeah.
please
Yeah.
take me again.
Did you actually like
Um,
it, or were they like, we need to get rid of you for? The
I think
summer?
I liked it more the first year, and then I went back the second
Yeah.
year. I was like, "Oh, this sucks. I've aged a year and become more conscious as a
I'm a
person."
man now.
Well,
so like you show up, you just like take care of a horse for the week. Like it's
Okay.
they assign you a horse at the beginning of
Oh.
the week. You learn how to like clean its hooves and like brush it and put the saddle on and shit. And then you go ride it around on some trails. Obviously, they've got other activities like there's like a ropes course and like a zip line and stuff that you do some days. There's like
Nice.
a pool to hang out at. There's they did like guitar making one year, which was crazy, and then they did one
Whoa.
where you like build a little like they do like carpentry class, I guess is what it is.
Sounds
Like,
kind of
different-
cool.
So it was
Yeah.
like kind of cool.
I'd like to go.
But yeah, no, like the people, the camp counselor people were weird, and like I remember one time, like, there's like 40 kids there, and one kid did something wrong in the middle of the night, like didn't go to sleep or something, so they woke all of us up and like marched us around like the big horse arena in the middle of the night picking up rocks, and that was the moment I was like, I'm never coming back. This is stupid.
Yeah.
But at the end of the week, they do a rodeo, and you participate in the rodeo, and you either like race your horse around poles or barrels, or you like there's one where you like catch a goat, so you like tackle a goat.
You jump off
actually
the
have
horse.
to tackle the goat.
So it's like
Or-
everybody all in the arena at once trying to tackle one goat.
That sounds somewhat dangerous.
I also probably was like
Sounds like
60
animal
pounds,
abuse.
so tackling a goat was a bad idea in the first. Like I doubt I
Yeah.
would have brought it
Was
down.
it like a legit goat or like a pygmy?
It was like a small, no, not that small, but like a baby.
Oh,
Maybe not a goat. It's like a baby sheep.
Just
Actually,
like
I'm
60
describing
kids
this poorly.
slaughtering.
That's
a
what.
goat.
Yeah, it's like they literally just like
envisioning in
one
my
kid
head.
tackled it and like some other kid kicked it in the head and then they just started fucking pummeling this thing.
Oh my God.
No,
I'd
I'm
be
just kidding.
surprised if that's still a tackle the goat activity
Tackle
still
the
on
goat.
the itinerary.
Yeah,
in 2021. For,
now
for
tackle the Beyond Meat
yeah,
goat.
There you go.
Ooh, there we go.
The non-binary goat.
It's just
Non-binary Beyond Meat goat.
that's a weird.
So you have 2 years of horsing experience. Is that what it's called?
Horsery.
Horsery,
The
yeah.
official word.
Horsery?
I'm
No,
making
it's
that
not.
up. It's no, yeah, no. Just said that.
You had
I'm
me.
sure.
You had me believe
Just
it for a
horsing
second.
around with you, you know.
The and that's all, folks. Thanks for hanging
That
out
is
with us.
it. That's the show. So because we said non-binary pronoun joke, which probably
Mm.
is edgy for anything right now, but I'm doing it.
Go for it.
How does this say? How does a non-binary samurai kill their enemies?
I don't know.
They slash them.
Got him.
It's not great, but it's
You heard it here, folks.
That's funny.
Josh hates trans people.
We just got
not the
canceled.
message.
No, that's a good one.
And the show's over.
He learned that at horse camp, people.
It was a good 15
It was-
episodes.
Five
Yeah,
Gum
we had
just
a good
released
run.
a statement that they do not want to be associated with this show.
Oh no! So you had two solid years of horse camp, and you're
Yep.
still afraid to go in a little bit of water.
It's just like one of the horses was well into the water, like above almost to the horse's back.
Oh,
And so I was like, I'm imagining me sitting on the horse with my legs in the water, and I'm just thinking like, I don't know, like what if the horse jumped or something, and then I'm
Yeah.
underwater?
Yeah.
That just scares me a little
So
bit. So we're
true.
doing that. That's one trip.
They
That's
just
a kinda
stomp
cool,
on
though.
you while you're under the water. You suffocate and die.
hopefully your second trip.
Thank you, Miles.
Yeah, that's got real dark real
I'm
fast.
sorry. No, I mean these are probably legit horses though, right? It's not like I went
Fake
to South
horse.
Africa.
No, they're pygmy goats.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're
No,
just gonna tackle them into the ocean.
I went to South Africa and rode horses, and it was like
that's cool.
it's kind of sketchy.
Wow,
it's
in
kind of
South
sketchy.
Like, are the horses different over there? What
No,
do you...
no, no.
Yeah.
One of them didn't have an eye, so
Oh,
I don't know. Is that different?
just
Is it
seems
usually
like that
two?
horse knows
Genocide.
how to survive. I'd
Yeah.
feel more comfortable on the horse. It sounds like a survivor.
Maybe, but it tried to fight. Tried to fight the other horse.
Big horse dick energy.
Yeah.
You know,
It was kind of scary. I almost died.
Have you ever milked a
I'm
horse?
sorry, I have not.
That wasn't
thankfully.
one of the camp activities.
No.
What kind of milking?
I think you know what. I mean, I think
Should
you
we go back to the
I think
Tums
you
Comes
know.
conversation? Where do you think they get it all?
hopefully your second excursion isn't exploring the dormant volcano of the neighboring islands.
It is not.
Is it
we
done erupting?
Thought about it. Didn't get a promo code. Turned it down.
Yeah, yeah.
The second one is actually, I think, ziplining.
Ooh,
So we'll do some jungly ziplining.
the whitest activity you could ever do.
I'm gonna wear a helmet and I'm gonna wear a strap around my crotch, and it's gonna be pretty fun.
Nice.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Exactly.
They have zip lining in Colorado. It looks like the lamest thing ever.
So we
off
should
the side
probably
of
do
the-
it this summer.
You talking about on
Off-
I-70?
Yeah, off I-70. It's literally just like this.
You ever see that?
I haven't seen this.
Rinky shack, like.
Oh, are you talking about
wooden
like where they have the
building.
random poles sticking up?
Yeah.
Like there is a little bit of a ropes course there.
Yeah.
Like,
I have seen that.
like
Yes.
zip line through the mountain.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's like
10
halfway,
feet of
halfway up
zip
to
line.
Idaho
Yeah.
Springs. Like, yeah,
It's not cool.
They
You're-
probably have some legit.
There's a
zip
theme
line
park up in
somewhere
the
now.
mountains too, somewhere. Like there's like a roller coaster up on the top of the mountains.
Oh yeah,
Maddie's shown me some videos of it.
I have seen that. Yeah, I have. Seen
Oh,
that.
like one of those things you sit on, you control the speed to
It's
stick,
not like
or
a
you're
bike.
No,
talking
no,
It's
no,
about
like an actual like theme
Yeah.
park roller coaster
where?
in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't know
think
how to
it may
describe
be-
it better than that.
Maybe near Glenwood Springs. I think they
Something
have
like that.
something
Yeah, no,
like
it's like
that.
a little mini theme park. It's-
Yeah, totally.
I don't know how you would look it up,
That's crazy.
Mini.
but I have been
park,
on one of those things
Rocky
that you're
Mountains.
describing with the stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did
Dude,
that in Vermont. That was
You
in
can
Vermont.
fuck your shit up doing that.
Yeah, you just
go
go
too
flying.
fast.
Yeah. If
on
you
the
don't
corner.
break it around the corners.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my! I've heard
really
like horror
dangerous.
stories of people just like riding the edge, falling off. And
Yeah,
then-
it's interesting to me that it became a thing because it's like, so you're so desperate to be on the mountain and ski that you're willing to like go down a concrete tube in a fucking
sounds so
plastic
dangerous.
tote. Like,
Imagine how many people had to die before they put the little lever on for
you're like,
self
oh,
breaking.
people probably
slow
want to
it down.
break, don't
Yeah.
they? Oh,
But it just
shit.
didn't have it at.
They were
At
like,
first,
"Alright."
it was like you get to the end and it's just like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
I don't trust the parking brake in my car, let alone that fucking thing.
Mhm. You have to
do
go
not
like
trust it.
when you first get on, you go like 10 feet. You have to test it. You're
Yep.
like, okay, this works.
Yeah,
All right.
immediately testing it. So we're doing that, and then the last third excursion is they've got, I guess, like some waterfalls and like mud baths that are famous,
Ooh.
scenic.
Dude, that
so we're
sounds
going
awesome.
there, and I don't know exactly what to expect there, but I assume we'll be submerged in mud,
That sounds pretty.
Sounds therapeutic.
not
good
on a
time.
horse.
Like mud fight
Yeah.
or just like chill kind of mud.
I feel like chill.
Okay.
I don't want a mud fight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably frowned upon.
Maybe.
Maybe
If
lose your deposit.
Someone looks at me the wrong way. though, I might just-
Yeah,
They're
get
like,
in
do you
the
know
face
how
full of mud.
expensive that mud is? It's $1,000 per gallon.
Shouldn't be mad if I'm throwing it at you. Then.
By the way, the name of the theme park is Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park.
That's what you said.
They have a roller coaster.
So
It's legit. It's a thing, people.
Yeah.
They
Check
also
it
have
out.
an alpine coaster too. So we were all kind of
is that
correct.
is that what those?
I think
things
that's
are?
what it is. No?
Alpine coasters.
Those are what they
That's
are.
what.
yeah.
They are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's what
Death
they're all
Trap.
called.
Yeah, I think there's some different
Slides.
ones.
Yeah.
Death slides.
Death slides. Oh, death.
Bobsled
Slides,
with a slide.
Have you
on
seen
it.
that movie Class Action Park?
Yes, they had one of them.
Yeah.
I did not. I did
Yeah,
not see
yeah.
that.
So there's this. Yeah. So Johnny Knoxville did a movie.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that Action Park? It was called.
Yeah, I do.
So it's based off an actual theme park in I don't know where it's right outside of New York, and apparently the people who were like building it and owning and managing it had like these grand ideas of making the most dangerous, like edgy rides, and built them themselves.
I feel
And,
like I did see this now that you're describing it. Yeah.
there's like a documentary, I think it's on HBO, and they document like all of the people who like they interview like people who had gone. There's like so many
Or worked
lawsuits involved with it,
Right.
people getting hurt. There's a water slide where like it is like the simple going down and then you do a loop, but when you got to the loop you just fell straight down and didn't make it all the way down. And like,
yeah, like someone with no actual engineering experience was like, wouldn't it be dope if...
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
That's
yeah.
exactly
It's like
what
the
it
owner.
is, yeah.
He was like, "We're gonna
God.
do this," and they were like, "Okay."
they're like, are you sure about that? And he's like, definitely sure about
And then
it.
they would send the
God.
test dummies down,
Yeah.
like when they first built the ride, and they'd come out all fucked up.
Yeah.
And they're like, "All right, now
good
try
enough."
it on real people."
Yeah. Test run number
That makes me think,
75.
like, have you guys seen, there's like a euthanasia roller coaster model, like it's an animation, like it's a model someone made, but it's like the perfect roller coaster that you would ride to euthanize yourself.
Dude, I
Like,
used to
just
do
the
that for
velocity and
fun in
everything would
Roller
kill you.
Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely did that on Roller Coaster Tycoon, but it was not as peaceful because you would just cut the roller coaster off and people go like,
Yeah. They just go
Oh,
flying.
I
Just go
see.
flying.
I see what you're saying.
this is like just the turns and the loops and everything would kill you, like from the blood flow and
G-force
everything. Like
or
you would just
something?
fall asleep basically.
Yeah.
Whoa. Weird.
Yeah.
I've
So
always
someone was like, this would be a humane way to like end your
Kind
life
of.
and also like have a little fun.
also sounds terrifying. I don't
Yeah,
know
like
if I'd
imagine
be into that.
getting in that coaster. They like buckle you in. The anxiety you normally feel right before you're gonna go down, and then you're like, "Wait, I'm going to die. Actually going to
Yeah,
die.
you get to the top and you're like, "No."
The plan is for me to die.
Yeah.
This isn't good."
I could think of like 7 different ways that it's probably better to end your life than doing
Name
that.
all 7,
Okay.
Okay.
starting with 7.
Injection,
Yeah. Injection's pretty peaceful.
Is that
like
7?
morphine or something.
Which is
Yeah.
the top?
one?
One's
one.
the top.
It's probably the easiest
straight
one.
samurai sword to the brain. Instant
Okay.
death.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
Shotgun
so,
in the mouth.
Wait, hold on.
Can't beat that.
These aren't
Hold on.
that creative. These
Actually-
are like typical.
No, but it's
And you said
instant
name
life.
7. You said name
Well,
7.
I thought
Yeah.
like you said better ways than
Or-
dying on a roller coaster. I don't feel like putting
Oh.
a shotgun in my mouth is
Okay.
a better way than dying.
No, somebody
on a
else
roller
can put it
coaster.
in your mouth.
Define
Um,
better. That's what I want to say.
Also,
Define
with
better.
the shotgun idea, like sometimes you
Enjoyable.
can actually live. So
Yeah.
that would suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have seen
Yeah.
some fucked up.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd rather do the roller coaster. And the samurai sword, I feel like same situation. Like people can get shot in the brain and
Oh, yeah.
still live. You know.
The swords.
I would
probably
have
do
the chick from Walking Dead with the
Just
samurai
cut your
sword
head off?
just straight to the head. No, I mean you've done it a million
like you
times in
didn't
the
like
TV
when
show.
they did decapitations and like like you don't die.
No,
immediately.
no,
like
no,
your
no,
head
no.
was conscious.
I'm talking
for
about
a second
right
That'd
once
be
it's off your
horrible.
body.
But you can't feel anything
Right
though,
here.
'cause it
No,
severs
but your
all the
brain like
nerves.
registers for
Yeah.
a moment that it's
It's
not
like
connected
when
to
you
your
cut off a head of a
body.
chicken, it's still like
Wouldn't that be
running
awesome?
around and stuff.
I mean, no
Third
offense
person.
to anyone it's happened to, but you like head gets chopped off and you're like, that's my body.
I feel like people who have had their heads chopped off is such a small group that you're safe.
Yeah.
It's true.
Offending people.
You ever seen any of those snuff films from like Cartel where they do that? They like decapitate people.
I mean, I've seen
Yeah.
some of the like ISIS shit back when that was bigger.
Yeah,
Like when
They
they,
did
burned
that a
that
lot.
journalist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty
Or the
uh,
cartel
got dark.
guys.
pretty dark stuff. Yeah,
So number 5,
Chainsaw to the neck.
yeah.
chainsaw to the neck.
Whoa.
Damn.
No,
All right,
that's-
so like we
that's
didn't
terrible.
like the other ones because there's a chance you
Some-
would live, but we're okay
Some people
with
like
chainsaw to the neck.
pain. Am I right?
You ever seen the hydraulic press YouTube video? That.
That
Can
But
you-
like-
full
but
pressure.
like-
Full pressure.
on your hip, so it just shatters your fucking pelvis, and then you
and
lay
you're still
there.
alive. You just die from shock.
Oh my god.
Yeah, not on your head.
Not on your head, no.
It's too
I
obvious.
had a thought the other day of exactly that happening. I don't know what brought it up.
Wow.
Dying by hydraulic
Maybe
press.
I was having a bad day. I was just
Seems
like,
like a bad day.
imagine how bad that would be. I was thinking like Indiana Jones, you know? Maybe
yeah.
I watched the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
It might have been when
terrible.
I was over here.
They
I mean,
also
there's
do
some
it.
good head crushing scenes in a couple. Like there's,
Yep.
I can't remember which war movie it is, but there's definitely a war movie where a tank just fucking
I
crushes
think
some dude.
Kick Ass. Remember that
Kick-Ass
movie?
did some head stuff.
There's a head vice scene.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Sopranos maybe has a head vice scene.
Game of Thrones.
Ooh,
When that dude Pedro
yes.
Pascal is fighting the mountain, and he sticks his fucking thumbs through his eyeballs and then just splits his head.
Yeah, that was nasty.
That would be
Gnarly.
number 6 for me.
Dude,
That specifically.
When I saw that
Six?
scene,
Okay.
I
by the
totally-
mountain, like no other person, but like the mountain would show up and do that to me, and I would be
I did not
so
expect
hard
that.
the whole time.
I didn't expect it either.
Yeah.
So 7? What's 7?
7.
Wait, is 7 the best or the worst?
Again, I think we have to define best and worst.
True.
How do we measure that?
Best in terms of it's quick, you don't even realize it, and your life's over. Probably a high speed car into a wall scenario.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. So like
The
they
problem
run
is
into
like
you,
I
or
know
you-
someone that happened to. He was on a motorcycle, hit a brick wall, didn't die, vegetable for the next 40 years.
Okay.
Scratch the idea.
So like that one seems risky.
I mean, how fast was he going?
What if it was a Tesla? Because you'd burn up in the. You saw that news article, right? Like the
Oh,
Tesla,
yeah.
they weren't sitting in the driver's seat at all, and
Yeah.
the Tesla crashed and they just burned.
yeah.
Yeah, that
This has turned into
there's
a murder
a
podcast.
there's a lot of there's a
We're
lot
gonna
of
investigate
controversy
that,
on
actually.
Apparently, the auto drive wasn't even engaged.
Oh,
According to Elon, publicly stated that
really?
the auto
He's gonna
drive
host
feature.
SNL. I hope he makes a joke about it.
Yeah, because you know
yeah.
what happened probably
No, it
happened.
doesn't.
He probably won't.
The car was like driving towards the wall, and then it was like, oh, there's a wall in front of me. I'm gonna turn the autopilot off
Yeah.
so that the person takes
Oh.
control. And then he's like, wasn't on.
Oh, that's
that's
that could
a
be the
fair
reason.
point,
I mean.
actually.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Either way, why is there nobody in the front seat?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
Blowjobs.
against protocol.
Especially if it. I mean, what did they hit? What did they actually?
I
hit?
don't
it was
know.
a
Yeah, I
tree,
don't. I
I
don't.
thought.
Yeah, it was a tree. I think.
Tree.
Right.
Where did they get a tree?
But I also like. I guess the fire was because of the battery and everything. Like I don't know
Yeah, probably.
why the flame
Yeah.
was so intense that they just burned up and died.
Yeah.
I think some. I mean, they could have just been
electrical
injured, couldn't get out of
components.
the car.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I've heard some electric cars they've been doing it. Didn't the Hyundai Ioniq?
The
didn't that get-
Hyundai just had one of the biggest recalls in vehicle history, where they recalled like 60,000 or something cars
God.
because the batteries were blowing up. In the
Wow.
new EV
Yeah.
version of their like sedan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Speaking of EVs in general, did you see like the whole Volkswagen rebrand for their electric vehicles? Did you guys see this
No.
on the internet? So Volkswagen. But
Okay.
then Volkswagen came out and was like, "That's not a thing. The internet just made that up and did that."
Bullshit.
And I was like, "Why would you turn that down? That's all the branding, all the marketing
Yeah.
is right there for you. That would be
What the hell?
amazing." Volkswagen.
Didn't they do
Come
that
on.
around April Fools? Was that a thing?
Yeah, but
Or-
I don't think it was them. I think the internet just like came up with it, and then it got
Wow.
viral enough that they had to make a statement that it wasn't.
So dumb.
That's like the.
They've made a lot of bad decisions.
Who brought up the whole this-
Volkswagen, yeah, it's not the most reliable company of people.
Yeah, they'd have some sketch like Seaspiracy, that documentary on Netflix.
I'm just saying, why didn't they call it conspiracy?
Yeah, yeah, some failure
Seaspiracy
marketing.
is the stupidest
Yeah.
fucking name they could have come up with for that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Well,
didn't
it's the
user
second
test
best
that one.
name.
they missed their shot. That's all I'm saying. They missed the mark.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe
Conspiracy.
maybe
right
HBO
there.
has one in the works. They already trademarked it or something.
Yeah, they had to do it because someone was like, one day this will be a great movie
Yeah,
title.
exactly.
Well, I mean, you always hear about the guy who's like coming up with this grand idea for this company, like comes up with the logo, not the logo, but
Oh
like
yeah,
the
and then
name.
someone like owns the URL already.
Yeah, somebody's
Yeah,
like hearing, overhearing. Like I'm working on a project with my buddy Cole, and we're sending this like idea around to people, and I'm like, oh, I better nab the domain name because you never know. I'm not saying that the people we're sending it to are untrustworthy,
take
but nab that for like $13 and screw us over.
Yeah, that's the first thing you got to do.
Yeah.
Get all that stuff done.
That's true.
Did you guys see? Who was it? Lyft sold their self-driving tech.
Yeah, to
Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, right?
Why would they do that?
They're strapped for cash.
I mean, I imagine
Probably.
that they did some kind of analysis of like what would this be worth in the future versus this deal, and for some reason they're settling on like this is the better deal. Like they either think they're not going to be competitive in the EV space or they're going to fail,
Right.
or something.
It could be, but like during the pandemic, during the earlier part of the pandemic, Hertz, the rental car company, they sold off a ton of cars.
Yeah, there's like no rental cars left.
Yeah, because they were going to go bankrupt. So they
They've
were like,
just driven the
we
prices
need money.
back up.
Yeah, and now it's like it's hard to get a rental car right now because there's less rental cars and people are traveling and stuff. They're doing stuff.
America's rebounding.
Yeah,
little
and
bit.
so
No, the economy's coming back. I mean, there's like lots of jobs out there. People are getting hired like crazy. Like, there's clear bounce back happening.
McDonald's is giving out $50 to anybody who does a job interview with them. That's how
All
crazy.
the fast food chains are getting really bad right now. I think it was like a Popeyes where they just had a sign on the door that was like, "Please be chill. We're understaffed. If you'd like to work for us, we would love to have you."
Also, if you need a chicken sandwich, like give us a
wait
couple
in
more
line.
minutes. Yeah,
It's worth it. Just wait.
yeah.
God, their sandwich is
that's
so good.
interesting.
Yeah.
So is it because people are still using unemployment?
Yeah,
Or?
it is.
Well, it's that, and I think like that's a huge part of it. Is
it's a huge
unemployment
part of it, and I can say from
stimulus checks.
firsthand experience, like because the company I work for is in that industry, and a lot of people who we've contacted to come back to work were like, "Man, I'm making more money sitting at home on unemployment plus the extra stimulus."
When
benefits.
I went to Vegas, it was the same. There was like no Ubers.
Yeah,
because they were like,
right?
I'm making more money with the stimmies and the occasional, like the people who did get unemployment. Which actually, my Uber driver told me a story of some poker guy that like lives in Vegas and makes a bunch of money playing poker, and then he claimed unemployment because the casino's closed, and got it, which is like a total rig of the system. Yeah, I don't know more details. I wish I did. Super funny
because
story
I guess it depends on how you declare that income, right?
Yeah, because
Like,
you have to pay
I mean,
into
I don't.
it,
It
right?
seems
I
like a
think you do.
scammy thing to do.
It is a scam,
Right.
and there's a lot of that going around.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't surprise me because they literally, with the mass amounts of unemployment claims, it's quite impossible to like double check every single one. They're like doing things now to try to combat it, but there's a lot of
and there's
scamming.
also so much fraud.
Yeah.
Like,
Tough,
Yeah.
dude. But the Uber thing is a real thing. When I was there, I think like a week before you were, it took me 2 hours to get to where I needed to go.
I had a buddy arrive at like midnight.
It was
on
insane.
Thursday, like late, and he was like, it's like a 2-hour line for a cab.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But also, I did see that Lyft released their statistics for Las Vegas, saying that 50% of the rides that get like activated are canceled. So it's like people either like getting it, realizing it's like an hour wait, and then canceling it. And that's just hurting the platform even more because then it's unreliable for the drivers, and they're like, "Fuck this! I'm going to go get a job somewhere else."
Like my driver was telling me, he was like, it's hard in Vegas because most of your trips are just on the strip. They're like 2-minute trips. He's like, they're not worth it. You don't make any money.
Yeah.
So what Uber does, I don't know about Lyft, but I assume they do something similar probably. Like they come up with different incentives. Like if you do 300 trips within a 48-hour period, you get $90. Like they come up with ways to make it worthwhile.
I don't understand. There must be some kind of limit they're setting on the pricing because like it was really cheap when I was there.
Super cheap. It was
Just
half the
make
price
the
of when I went.
prices
Usually they do
Half the
surge
price of when I
pricing.
went last year.
I don't
the trip
understand
from
like
the airport
supply
to
and
the hotel.
demand isn't affect here.
Usually
like,
it does. Like if you try to get an Uber on New Year's or something,
Oh, yeah.
you're screwed. You're paying like $100 to go a couple miles down the road.
dude, everything was like under $10 when I was driving there.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That's
I was
the
like,
pro-
I can't believe this.
That's the problem. Uber, like for Uber Eats, DoorDash and stuff, they always advertise like the most flexible job. You know, people are like, oh, I
Right.
was doing online college and I needed something flexible.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's great until you don't have until you don't have people to staff it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I tried door dashing at the beginning of the pandemic when people started doing it, but like enough people were doing it that I just never found it to be worth. Like it was nice. I would get like a little extra check every week for like maybe $100 or $200. But when I thought about like what I could have been doing with my time,
yeah.
you know, like I'm coming home from work and going out from like 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock and like really, you know, just did the math on the rate and everything. I was like, this is not worth it for me. It could be worth it for someone else, right? But
Yeah, what's gonna save those companies is the driverless rides.
Yeah.
Because then all
They
they
don't
need to
pay
do is
people
rely on
anymore.
the technology and the hardware.
Which Lyft just got rid of.
Yeah, which is like now I'm circling
Very
back
strange,
to that.
yeah.
Unless they have a licensing deal or something in place where they have to use
be.
the brand
Or like,
name.
what if like Uber was going to acquire Lyft, for example? And this is just a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Could be another company, sub it in. But like, what if they were going to acquire Lyft for that purpose, and Lyft did that as like a fuck you. Like, you're not gonna get it as our competitor. You won't. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, you just know you would lose that fight, so you sell it off. I don't know.
Well, the other thing is, I don't know. I remember when I bought my Sonata, it was like a while ago. But I know Toyota has had the same kind of incentives. Like when you buy the car, they'll give you a discount if you are a Uber or whoever Lyft driver.
You're gonna use it for.
So I wonder, like, you'll notice a lot of Lyft and Uber drivers have the Toyota Camry, I think it is, whatever that car
the Camry.
is.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if they have like there's something going on there.
The all new 2021 Toyota Camry
Lyft
edition.
That's the whole
The
commercial.
Toyota
It's
Lyft.
pink inside.
Yeah.
It's entirely pink.
That's true.
Worst Uber I've ever had was in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oh.
Picked me up from a bar in like a very shitty minivan, like a scary, sketchy minivan. We get in the car. This lady was on crack. Like, and I'm not saying that like to describe her personality. She was very literally on crack and like admitted to us that she had just done crack.
Oh, cool.
And then drove like a maniac with us in the car and did drop us off and everything, like got us there. But it was the scariest, sketchiest Uber ride I've ever had.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We were like that. We reported her. Like, we were like, this
Yeah.
lady was on drugs.
Yeah. There's always, you always feel bad if like something didn't go wrong. You're like, should I report this person? Should I
Like, she
not?
said she was on crack, but her service was impeccable.
Yeah.
I think
She
one
gave
time
you water.
yeah, she
She admits.
there was a lady that would like, I think it was like New Year's Eve night, and we were out doing this like dinner at Breckenridge Brewery, and we get picked up, and she's running red lights, like just flooring it through intersections, and I'm like holding on for dear life, and I'm like, should I tell Uber that maybe she's not the best? Like, I feel like normally you should, but I was a bit
If
under the
they're
influence.
dangerous, you should.
Yeah.
If otherwise, like if it's something that just kind of bothered you, I mean, whatever. Like maybe they're just having a bad day or something. But because I think their rating really affects them, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess I don't know how.
Especially
it
if
all
you
works.
report them, then it's
Yeah.
probably like, okay,
Yeah.
you're off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if I don't know, like I'm okay with if they're speeding a bit, but when it gets to the point where or like running red lights, when you feel you actually feel very unsafe,
Yeah, I mean,
then
it's just
like,
unsafe. Yeah.
I don't want someone else to have to experience this.
Josh's Uber rating is a solid 2.
For that
Yeah.
one. Yeah. Yeah, for that one. Definitely too.
When you remember at the beginning of Uber when they were all really, really nice, just like
Right.
Oh.
you
Yeah,
get
you
into
were
a
like,
car and
oh.
you're like, oh, this is way better than a taxi.
What's crazy though is here in Denver, a lot of the time, like the Uber X or XL is actually cheaper than the regular Uber rate, which I
seen
don't
that.
fully understand how that happens, but
It's weird.
you still get to go in like a nice black sedan or something and
Yeah. Or
actually pay less than you would have for the Camry.
sometimes when you order an Uber, which is the regular one,
It'll just do that one.
it will do. Yeah. If there's not enough of them around and no one's ordering the X then or XL or whatever,
Yeah.
sometimes they'll accept them.
Those are still really nice.
You ever been in one where they have like the little disclaimer? It's like how to rate an Uber driver. And if they do this,
That's
it's
aggressive.
5. It literally was like only like if they kill you, give them a 4-star and not a 5-star or whatever. And like I was like, lady, you probably have been through
Only
some
tells
shit.
you to fuck off twice.
Yeah.
4 stars.
But it's
4
like
stars.
it's like if I kill you, 4
Yeah.
stars.
I didn't know there was a rating system and with criteria involved. But thanks for letting me know.
I took Uber.
Wasn't there a
and-
story earlier this year during the pandemic where like some girls like spat on their Uber driver or something
Oh,
and
I'm
they got
sure.
arrested for it?
Yeah,
Sure.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's assault. I just
No,
saw,
I mean it's biological weaponry you're throwing
Yeah.
at someone, right?
I saw apparently there was this video going around on TikTok
Got a
where
deadly
it's this
weapon in my mouth.
dude. He's like carrying this older lady. Apparently she had fallen asleep in the Uber, woke up and just started like strangling him. And so she's
I
like,
remember this. Yeah, this was a little further.
and he's
back.
like, I don't want to touch you. I don't want to put my hands on you. Please stop choking me. And dude, I think she had like maybe like dementia or something,
Yeah,
and
she
woke
was
up
gonna
and
kill
thought
him.
she was being kidnapped or something.
I don't know. Yeah.
But the people outside of the car while it was parked was like, let him go. Like, and he was like, I don't want to touch you because I don't want to get in trouble. And then the comments are like, this is a perfect example when you can do
You
self-defense.
100% can
Yeah.
hit this
Unless you don't have a
person killing
camera,
you.
unless someo's not filming you.
Yeah, right.
you know?
Then
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 it
that
gets
person
tough
looks
again.
like the bad guy.
yeah. If you are an Uber driver and you don't have a camera in your car,
Yeah.
you're just asking for litigation.
Totally asking for it.
You're
chainsaw to the
You're
neck for
asking
it,
to
bro.
be murdered.
No, I'm just saying, like, if I was,
We should just all wear body cams.
yeah,
24/7. Everybody.
I mean, we all have a camera on us, anyways.
we do, but those
We're
are
so
for
close.
the FBI.
Yeah, true.
FBI. Yes, my FBI guy or my NSA
My
guy.
FBI guy.
Yeah,
From the bureau.
yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. What if we all had one, like Josh's NSA guy, constantly listening on your conversations?
I remember seeing like some meme where the guy like been listening to like Little Peep on Spotify for like 48 hours, and it was like a text on the phone above the Spotify. It was like from the FBI guy, like, "You okay, bro? You doing all right?"
Oh shit!
That's
That's
great.
funny.
Yeah.
NSA. We haven't heard about them in a while.
That seems like that's by design.
Yeah,
right?
I feel like they're being
Really
sneaky.
forgotten about
What's
them.
happening?
Should we Google
Haven't
it?
heard about the NSA. In a fucking
What is the
minute.
NSA? My
Yeah.
computer shuts down.
There's a
Yeah,
lot
this
of
podcast is never gonna air.
yeah. Like we get done and it's gone.
NSA is working with 5Gum, and they're ready. They're fucking coming after us.
So true.
Dude, do you guys know that whales fart?
Yes.
Where'd you
I
learn
remember
that?
seeing a video in like 5th grade where
Wikipedia.
someone had got a whale fart on camera.
Bill
Really?
and I.
Yeah, you can look it up on YouTube. Just search whale fart on YouTube. It's
Does
a
it
thing.
sound anything like a whale
it
voice?
just does like a big, like it's a big bubble, like
Dude.
this giant bubble.
Yeah, but
comes up.
underneath
Gets
when
to
you're
the top, and then it's like,
when you're underneath and he's right next to you and he farts, there's got to be some.
Yeah. So I actually saw
on.
this thing talking about how, like back in the day, pirates and shipgoers and stuff, like, they saw sea monsters or like the Loch Ness monster, things like that.
Yeah.
And it was most likely, like the most logical explanation was that it was whales mating, because whales can have like a 17-foot penis. And if you like look at these pictures, the guy was like comparing, if you look at these pictures of whales like wrestling in the water and mating, and then you look at these pictures of like sea dragons from drawings, they're fairly similar.
Bro,
And it's probably, and like imagine these pirates like coming back and like bragging about what they saw.
Loch Ness, and it was really
I was like,
Also,
yeah, that's all these
I like
whale
that you
dicks.
just said wrestling.
Wrestling.
17 feet though.
That's
17
feet?
that I believe that was what I
Do
saw.
I need to YouTube whale
God.
penis as
You
well?
could just Google
whale penis
average length of a whale penis.
or Google images too.
If you
For
want to
the-
do
for the
Google
curious,
images
we
of
won't show
whales
it on the
mating,
podcast
it
'cause we
is
don't want to get pulled.
pretty
but-
ridiculous.
Oh, I just heard that. Yeah.
Did you hear it?
Yeah. Do it again.
Oh, was that the whale fart?
Yeah. No, that sounds There's no way.
Someone definitely dubbed
Yeah,
that. That's
they're
hilarious.
Bro, whales do
Who,
fart.
I
who
don't
went
know.
and spent the time to do that? I love
I'm
it.
sure you can find
They should have
something.
added that in
Oh
the
my
Seaspiracy.
goodness.
The whales farting.
Should I Google whale penis?
Yeah, of course you should.
Oh, God.
Because why not?
Can you turn your computer? I'm curious.
Oh. Miles has had to go on a VPN for this.
You need to turn safe search off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh shit! Hold on, no. Turn the thing. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. That's a sea monster,
Yeah, I could see that being the Loch Ness.
right? Like
yeah.
this. They thought they were seeing these crazy things. It's just whale.
It
dicks.
doesn't look 17 feet, but I guess there's no.
You guys ever-
nothing
I mean,
to
for scale though, that's
Yeah.
a whale.
Did you guys see the elephant? Oh, look. Yeah, there's the scale right there.
Oh, that guy's holding
Oh.
it. He looks proud to hold
But
it.
that could
too.
be a
That's just a
small one.
giant carrot. That's
Yeah,
not
it
what
does
we're
look
thinking.
the
it is. That's
fossilized
just a
carrot. How
Yeah.
dare you?
What is that?
That one has a small
He
one.
just had
What are the
his sticking
circles?
out.
What is?
This is the equivalent of a
This
dick
is
pic for
weird.
whales.
What about, have you guys ever seen elephant? Did you see that TikTok?
we just googling animal penises the
And
rest
this
of the
is
show.
now us looking at different
Perfect.
animal penises.
This is the best show ever. Thanks for
Wow,
listening.
we are
guys.
just all kinds of topics. Glad I could be here.
That
for
looks
this.
like
Oh
a
my
second
god! It's
trunk.
just got a third, fifth leg.
Yeah, have you seen that TikTok? Yeah.
Well, which one?
No, there's one where there's like an elephant walking towards the safari
and it's just fucking.
vehicle. Yeah, and you don't notice it at first. You're like, oh, that's a random video, and then you go in the comments and you're like, oh, I thought it was a fifth leg or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you look and you're like, oh my god, it was a leg.
That ain't bad. That'd be impressive if he could stand up on that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Google thinks I like penises now.
Yep. His Google guy is now just gonna feed him tons of penises in his
My
search.
Google guy.
Everybody's
My
got
the
a Google guy.
FBI texted me, hey, we want to talk. Noticed you just recently searched like whale penises
Yeah, and
and
elephant.
whale farts.
You know,
and
bestiality is not legal.
we feel like you're going down a weird road here.
Have you guys been utilizing your Google and your Alexa for fart noises?
No.
You should.
I saw the one where the dude had like 10 of them, and then he just says fart, and they all start farting. There was when I did use my Alexa, because I haven't used it in a couple years now. There was an app called the Poopoo app or the Poopoo Song.
What?
Is there an Alexa around?
No.
Okay.
I don't trust them sneaky
It was
sly
called
bitches.
the Poopoo Song, and I wish I could remember the lyrics, but like it literally Alexa would just play this song that was about poop,
Oh, interesting.
and it always cracked me up.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah.
Well, we won't play it because of copyright, but
Is it like the baby
y'all
shark thing?
Google it.
Do
the
you
poop
guys
song.
trust Alexa or Google more or less?
Ooh, good question. Which one is
Wow,
the
that
more
is hard.
sneaky?
Yeah,
Probably
Amazon or
Alexa.
Google.
Google has done some shady shit, dude.
Think about what Google is trying to make money off of versus what
Oh, yeah.
Alexa's trying to make money off of, right? Like Alexa's just trying to sell you shit.
Yeah, Alexa's just trying to
Yeah.
get you to buy shit on
Alexa's
Amazon.
there to get other smart devices and build your house out because they sell you product. Like
Yeah.
Google's trying to get data.
Yeah.
Google's like, we're gonna rape you.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: like, am I more scared of Google device than I am of my cell phone? Like, it's doing the same shit.
So we throw a third into the mix, Siri.
Ooh.
Motherfuckers
Siri's a
listening to
fucking
us.
demon. We all know that.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Although I feel like
don't
she
trust
won't
Siri at
rat
all.
on us as much as Google would.
Isn't that funny though that we all carry our phones around all the
Yeah.
time, but we're still like use Alexa or
Well,
Google?
we do like Face ID now, right? Like it's not even voices anymore.
Yeah.
We're just lending our faces data.
I heard that you can do the Face ID now works with your mask.
Yeah.
It
in
does.
the
It
latest
does.
update.
So what you can do is you can set up, like you can do multiple faces on your phone, just like you can do multiple thumbprints. So you do one without your mask, then you do another with your mask. We'll recognize you.
Yeah. I'm still not really into the face thing. I wish there was a fingerprint on it.
Yeah, me too. I think they
I-
might bring that back.
And I mean, like what we're talking about right now, like I don't like the facing for that, but man, it's fucking convenient.
Yeah,
I
it
do
is.
love just looking at my phone, and it does like it logs me into my bank account.
Yeah.
I used to
Yeah.
be able to put my phone
That's
on
true, but imagine if it was just fingerprint too, because you're already
Yeah.
touching your phone. you
But
know?
that used to be that though.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But like
I
you're
feel
already
like it was more
touching
secure.
your phone, so if it was on the side, especially
yeah.
on the, I think it was the Google Pixel, they even had it on the back because you usually have.
Yeah,
like,
they had it like back here, so you could
Yeah.
do like.
Well, on
next
the
to
new
you.
iPads, they have it in
Right.
on the side button.
yeah, smart.
Right.
I'm like, why
Well,
don't
that's
you just
cool.
put that in the iPhone? I don't understand.
It's because they want our
I
face.
don't
Because they're
understand.
collecting our faces.
Yeah.
Don't.
For sure.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
they got our voices, our fingerprints, and our faces.
Steve Jobs is still
if the birds ever take
alive,
over.
and he's in his basement just jerking off to everybody's faces. It's a
Imagine.
travesty, and nobody's talking about. CNN's not talking about this. Fox News not talking about this.
So two
Vice
things we're
isn't
not
talking
talking
about
about
this.
enough: the NSA and
Well.
Jeff Bezos jerking off to your face.
At least their data spread across different platforms, though.
That's what Google.
Yeah, like no, Facebook has like all your personal data.
Right.
Mhm.
Apple has like all your personal data as well.
Google's got your personal data.
At least
Amazon's got your
Apple
personal
tries
data.
to make it seem like they're not, like they care about your security more so than other. I don't
Yeah,
really
like-
actually know if they walk the walk.
Like remember
Yeah.
the time they wouldn't give who was it like FBI that
Yeah.
dude's password,
Yeah,
even though
that
he was like a
The
terrorist or something.
Yeah.
'Cause they
They're
were
like,
like-
we can't do that.
Yeah.
Which is a
Like, nah,
crazy
bro,
thing
we
to
have
say.
integrity.
to the
Crazy, yeah.
FBI.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know
then-
how that works, but it seems like your guidelines versus like cooperating with FBI.
So do
seems
we
like
not
that's
have
the
an FBI guy now? Then if they can't even get into my phone,
No, they
then
can. They just pay a hacker group to do it.
They had to do it legally.
If you don't think they're already in your phone the moment you buy it,
Oh,
they're already there.
Oh
They're in
shit!
it.
You heard it
Are
here
they?
first, folks.
You think they're there already?
You know-
I here's the thing, like the FBI is an organization made of people. There's no company out there that's got enough people to monitor everyone,
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
in
Who's
just the United
monitoring
States.
the FBI? I think that's the point you're trying to make.
Donald Trump.
Who watches the
He's
Watchmen?
always calling them out.
Who's there to save the Avengers? The Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously.
Sure.
Okay.
Speaking of T-Mobile, because we were talking about T-Mobile.
Wow, your FBI guy just
Yeah.
like hacked your brain right there.
Like,
Speaking of
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile,
T-Mobile brought to you by T-Mobile.
Actually, I was on the phone with T-Mobile today
Mhm.
because that's my carrier.
Sorry.
And well, you know, it's
he's so poor.
yeah, no, dude, their not call waiting, but they're like ringtone music that they do when you're waiting for an agent, talk to an agent, it was like death metal.
What?
Yeah, it was like, thanks for joining America's 5G, the largest 5G network.
Disrespect our surroundings.
Literally, it was death metal.
Wow.
I was like,
That's
damn,
weird.
T-Mobile, fuck.
You know, someone just like left the wrong channel on. They're like, oh,
Dude,
fuck.
I honestly started
The
moshing.
Northwest region.
I started moshing in my office
Dude,
while I was on the phone. With them.
Spotify sold your music data to them.
Oh, true.
They're like, he likes death metal.
I wonder
I'll be
how
honest
that
though,
works.
like, I mean, I kind of prefer that over like the general elevator music.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird.
At least you could bang your head to that.
No,
like,
I-
you're
That's
just
so
like
true.
annoyed.
I thought it was great. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, it's way better. You know,
We
what's
would
weird,
like
though?
more large companies to embrace metal.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
or
you.
just other
Thank you.
other music.
Finally,
Yeah.
somebody with the courage to.
If you're going to
say
be a
it
Fortune
publicly.
200 company, please
Yep.
embrace the metal.
Yeah.
Embrace the metal. Have you ever seen that the movie Heavy Metal? It's an animated film from like the 80s. Or so, can you look that up? Heavy
I
Metal.
was thinking of that Adult
Just
Swim
heavy metal
show.
movie.
Yeah.
Megalopolis.
Megalopolis. Yeah.
Oh, Megalodon.
I was also thinking about Tenacious D a little bit as we were doing that.
Yeah. Heavy Metal. It's this like trippy acid influenced
weird.
animated film
I just typed into Google heavy metal and then it recommended movie after that.
It recommended
All right,
whale penises right
1981.
after that.
Check it out.
Are you looking for heavy metal penises?
No, it
That's
was
what-
heavy metal
yeah.
movie.
Did you mean?
Yeah. Did you mean?
Which one? The
Elephant penis.
1981. There's two of them.
There's a sequel. God damn.
What
Is it a
about?
remake or a sequel?
What's it called? The sequel.
It's a Canadian
metal.
American adult animated science fantasy anthology film.
Lots of boobs,
Oh, cool.
but like
Have you
covered
seen?
tastefully.
Speaking of sci-fi anthology, have you seen Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix?
Yes, loved it.
So yeah,
Fucking
Anthology
amazing.
2 is supposed to come out here soon.
Really?
Very excited, like literally within like the next month. I'm
What
super
is this?
excited.
Love, Death.
Love, Death, Robots.
Yeah. It's on
just
Netflix,
short miniseries,
Yeah.
anthology style.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just does different aspects of like future robots and then like romance and like
It's
death
basically
and how those all kind of tie together.
Yeah.
Super interesting.
It's basically Black Mirror, but animated short
Yes.
films.
It's it's got that vibe.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
cool.
Right on. I'll have to watch
they're
it.
pretty
Yeah,
cool. There's
it
a
is
couple
actually
episodes
really
that I
cool.
did not appreciate that I thought were a little too much, but
It has excellent reviews. Sorry, guys.
Oh shit!
I
You
was like,
gotta,
what was
you gotta.
yeah, no, it's
Take
it's
medicine.
good. It's good.
It has really good reviews. 94% of Google users liked it.
Yeah. Well, we can't really
94%
trust
of
them.
Google users who search for whale dicks liked this.
Yeah.
What if it said that?
That's all you're gonna get now
And
is
it's like,
the,
you
the
pervert.
very narrow lens of elephant penis
All of my
lovers.
ads are just like, do you want to buy an elephant penis?
No, no, an elephant condom.
Oh, true.
Have you ever
Do you
milked a
like
horse?
leather? Well, we've got a deal for you.
I mean, it's not the worst. Have you ever bought anything off of
This guy buys a fuck ton of Tums. He searches for whale.
It's
an
We've got him
aphrodisiac.
in. This
It's an
guy's profile's in the
aphrodisiac,
back.
guys.
Huh?
It's an aphrodisiac.
That's true.
Tums?
Whale penis?
Oh,
Tums.
Tums
Tums
are an
can be if you
aphrodisiac.
snort them.
I get super horny when I eat Tums. I don't know about you
I mean,
guys.
when I feel my best.
Yeah.
No, when you have to cook the whale penis and then you do like shavings onto your like pasta or some shit.
Oh, is that rhino horn? dust?
Rhino horn and
Yeah.
I think like
I know
shark-
they do rhino horn powder was one.
Yeah,
And then like there's like pufferfish spines or some shit.
Most debunked as not
Probably
really
not
working.
anything.
all of them, I think.
Yeah,
All of them.
it's all comes down to that little tiny blue pill.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just count
Or
on
you
down
wrap
to
a
the days.
jellyfish around your penis and it shocks you into turned onness.
True.
Have you guys seen that video of that dude who's like trying to feed a catfish with his mouth? He like puts a piece
Oh,
of
and it like
food-
it
knocks him
knocks him
cold.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
he leans down, he just falls
Yeah.
into the
He
water.
did a
Glass
follow-up
jaw,
video
dude.
to it.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I can't believe
I
that.
Imagine
kind of want to
getting
do that.
Whacked by a fish so hard you pass out.
That'd be crazy.
Yo, where can I go to get whacked by a fish?
Mm.
Tell me.
Mm-hmm.
And it happened the
Or an
second time,
elephant
which
penis.
means that it happens 100% of the time. So
Yeah.
if you or me or Josh want to do it, I'm down.
Yeah, I
We-
feel like that's probably going to be the fish's normal reaction is to just flail and hit you.
We can do like who
good
lasts
chances
longest.
that you could recreate this.
Who lasts the longest without getting knocked out?
You're just sitting there fucking
Yeah.
eating from these fucking fish, man.
Boom, boom, brain damage afterwards.
You have to taser yourself first.
Throw
so
like a
you can
gar
get your-
in there just to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, catfish comes up and stings your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys ever buy
Do catfish
anything off
sting?
of? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they just had
their
like
barbs
blades.
are-
I didn't know they stung.
Yeah, it's technically like
They're sharp.
a stinging thing.
Isn't that what he passed
Oh,
out
yeah.
from?
Oh, really?
I
No.
think that's
The
what he
barb
passed
hit
out
him and
from, right?
No.
No?
Literally,
Oh.
it's a big fucking fish. It came up and whacked him in the face.
That's what I thought. It was
Yeah.
just heavy.
It's just a big.
That's what I thought at first,
big
and I was
fish.
like, no way.
Guy kind of sounds like a puss.
Yeah.
My fish.
So I'm thinking,
He made glass jaw.
Lame.
Yeah.
Jake Paul could knock you out, dude.
Oh Jesus Christ!
In the next fight, Jake Paul versus Catfish.
Did you watch that fight?
Yeah, it was terrible.
I love how the entire time, what's his face from SNL was there.
Pete Davidson. He
And
just,
he's just, like,
roasted Jake
roasting.
Paul the whole time.
But honestly, though, I think they hired him to do that because that's what makes people more famous is when you hate on them or you have somebody try like
No, his
that's
brand is being hated on.
Yeah.
But everyone's paying attention because everyone
Because
fucking
of
hates
that.
what he's doing.
yes,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like not Pacquiao. What's the other guy that's a good boxer?
Floyd?
the
Floyd
Irishman.
Mayweather. Everybody fucking hates that guy because he like flaunts
They're
his shit
fighting.
around.
It's scheduled.
Yeah,
to them.
I'm just saying, like he's made a career out of people hating him
Yeah.
and making a fuck ton of money
Well, and
because of it.
Conor McGregor
Yeah.
too. Like
Yeah.
he's overly aggressive on purpose and like makes a show out of it. You know.
True that.
Yeah.
You ever buy anything off of Instagram ads? Like, have you ever actually like saw an Instagram ad and been like, okay, fuck it, yeah.
I bought these teeth whitening strips. One
Did you?
time. They didn't work. Surprise.
Buyer beware. The
It
strips
did not
Were
really
they
do
crust?
much for me.
The crest whitening strips?
They were not. They were some like sketch.
Yeah,
AstraZeneca.
Wish.com.
It's like some
brand out.
12-year-old selling
Alibaba
you
white strips.
White strips.
Called
Crop
like
stripper.
Zaboomafoo or something.
Yeah.
I-
I've actually never bought anything from
I
Instagram.
don't know if I've ever bought anything from an ad before.
Really?
Yeah.
I've definitely bought something later on where I thought, oh, I saw this ad.
Yeah.
I never actually clicked on
Yeah.
an ad and
Yeah.
bought something.
So I haven't watched a lot of like broadcast TV in a long time, right? Like just
Mhm.
streaming services.
So you
But
don't
when
have
we
like
were
cable
there,
or anything.
we were at the hotel for the wedding. I was watching some TV and like, holy shit, the amount of commercials. Like, you're way more commercials than what you're actually watching. And that's what my brother and I were talking about while we were watching it. Was like, I'm not gonna buy any of this shit because I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a huge waste of time and money. Like, I'm not. This isn't convincing me to do anything.
Right.
It does convince old people though.
Yeah,
Well,
true.
Yeah.
You know.
When you have nothing else to do.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You
Cable,
know, the QVC.
cable sucks though, right?
Cable? Yeah.
Pay like
Yeah.
$90 a month and you get a bunch of
Stupid
channels with
expensive.
commercials.
Fuck satellite TV
So dumb.
and cable TV.
Yeah.
That reminds me when I quit my job, I forgot how to cancel my service because I won't get a discount anymore. I'm not gonna say
Is
where I
it
am or
what
what it is.
Start with an S?
Some kind of service.
Yeah, some kind of streaming service.
Yeah. Don't get the employee discount.
Yeah,
I'm
that sucks.
gonna drop that. Go back
Yeah.
to Netflix, Hulu, Disney
Yeah.
Plus, Peacock, like all of my
Yeah.
services.
Now there's
Yeah.
Discovery Plus, there's Paramount Plus.
Oh, do you
I do
use
have Paramount.
Peacock?
I've got Peacock
Because you
and-
have Comcast?
Oh, because he loves
No,
The
I
Office.
just got Peacock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's got like The Office.
Yeah.
Really?
A lot
Which
of
is
people
my
bought
comfort
it
show.
just
It does.
because of The Office.
I think you get it for free with Comcast, right?
No, only the first couple seasons.
Oh.
Yeah, and then everything else.
Well,
you
we're
have to
not
pay
saying
for.
who my employer is, but they're not Comcast.
Yeah.
So do with that what you will.
Not AT&T either.
It's,
Is it Verizon?
It's one of those companies that
one of those
does stuff.
ones out there. It's
Yeah.
just a small regional thing.
Doesn't matter.
small little company that's owned
They
by the
only
richest
broadcast
guy in Colorado.
Whale porn.
Just Google Denver, Colorado.
Oops. Anyway,
Yeah.
So you're just gonna stick with the streamers, and why does everything have like plus after it,
yeah, that kind of pisses me off.
right? Like Peacock
Like Disney
did it
Plus
right.
did it first, and that was okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe they didn't. I don't know.
I
They were the
think-
first ones I
I think they
associated with
probably
it.
were the first.
Apple did it too, didn't they? Don't they call it that?
Apple TV Plus. They
Right?
There is
actually
a Plus, but I don't think they ever called it Plus. It was just Apple TV. And
no,
Plus
it
was
is
there.
Plus. Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, they came out before Disney, I think, so they were the first one to do
I
it.
associate it with Disney, but like all these new
Yeah.
smaller channel-based ones doing it now.
Oh, ESPN
Plus.
Plus.
Oh,
But they're
that's
That
owned by
may
Disney.
have been around the longest.
Owned by Disney.
owned by Disney. Yeah.
Oh.
Because you get the Disney, Hulu,
Yeah.
ESPN. Because Hulu's owned by Disney, I guess. as
It
well.
is. Yeah, they're
Yeah, they
one of
bought
the
it.
bigger.
But it's weird. It's like, what's the plus? Like, is there just a regular
It's
Disney?
just on top of your regular
You can't-
Disney service with cable.
What, ESPN Plus, or what?
Any of
ESPN
them.
Plus makes sense, but like Apple TV Plus,
Apple TV
there's no
doesn't make
Apple
sense,
TV
yeah.
versus.
Well,
Like, what do you get if you don't get the Plus?
It's just their original.
But like Disney
content.
Plus, you've got Disney channels
Yeah.
and stuff on the regular cable, and then you've got the Plus, which is all
Okay.
the extra.
So instead of Disney streaming,
And then there's Paramount Plus, Disney or Discovery
Peacock.
Plus now. Peacock did it right because they had their
They
own
don't have
name.
a Plus. It's just Peacock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's-
kind of like.
No, I
the
think that's
Peacock
cool.
I don't
name.
like
branding.
it.
You don't like it? You tried
Mm.
it
No, I don't like the name.
Peacock?
It's so random.
because it has cock in
No,
there.
It
it's
makes
because
me
it's
think of
MSNBC,
peanut
right? So
butter,
their
and then I
symbol
start
is like
Googling
the.
it.
It's the peacock.
It looks
yeah.
like a
A lot
peacock
of people
feathers.
don't
No,
know
I
that.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's like NBC's logo as well.
Yeah.
But it's
Right.
not-
It's the
I
same
think it's
thing.
the same
That's
company.
their streaming.
Comcast. It's all Comcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Comcast owns them.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
Universal.
I just don't like it.
MSNBC.
It's random. I don't know. When I got Comcast, because I didn't have Comcast for a long time, and then I got Comcast again,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they were like, "You get Peacock," and I was like, "What the fuck is Peacock?"
Yeah.
You get whale cock.
You get peacock. Nice peacock.
Nice.
That was weird.
I don't know. So, what is your favorite? I like HBO Max. That's my
Um,
shit. That's my
I've
shit.
had HBO for a long time. I don't have it right now.
Well,
so
you're
it's
missing
fallen off
out.
my radar a little bit.
Do you know
But
that?
I did use. I mean, I had it for Game of Thrones, really.
Well, the new Game of Thrones prequel was just
Mhm.
announced for 2022.
Yeah, I saw
so
Yeah, for the
first
next year.
pictures from the set.
also,
today.
Mortal
Just a photo.
Kombat just got released onto the platform.
Have you watched it?
No, but but if you're a
Yeah.
fan, like most people are, it'd be good. Could be good.
People.
I think I like
People. Good
Netflix
people.
the most.
Netflix.
Mm.
Most people do.
Most people's
Actually,
Netflix.
I think that's the majority share of streamers'
Yeah.
subscriptions are Netflix. I saw a graph.
Yeah.
It was like HBO. I think is a second.
Yeah.
They're starting to level out now.
Hulu had such a small user base.
It's
I
a
was
very
surprised.
crowded space now. Like,
I
streaming
like it.
service.
Hulu. I don't
I
know
like
about
Hulu
you
a lot,
guys.
yeah.
Hulu's good.
No, they have good original content. They
Yeah.
also have a just good selection in general of content.
Yeah. And if you like other shows, like
Like you can't do sports on Netflix. You can do sports on Hulu.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, because the
You can
ESPN
do live
partnership.
stream.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess you can get ESPN Plus as well.
Yeah. Well, they do the Hulu live TV now,
Yeah.
which is kind of a thing. But
But yeah.
what are you looking at, Miles?
Yeah, so I found the most popular video streaming services in the United States as of September 2019. So I guess this probably doesn't include like Disney and shit. But back then, so YouTube has the most amount of users, but I mean, I don't know if we can really count them in unless they're talking about like YouTube TV. You
Yeah.
know? But
I
this
feel
is
like I
just
actually
YouTube
saw
in
that
general.
data recently. Like they said, YouTube is still the most dominant
Yeah.
streaming.
163
service.
million monthly users. So it's not just like how many accounts they have. That's how many people are using it each month. Netflix is next up, 46 million. Hulu, 26 million. Amazon Prime, 16 million.
Oh, I forgot about Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anyone here have Prime?
Yes.
For the purpose of watching things
No.
versus ordering stuff.
I've ever ordering.
I have not found myself caring about any of the commercials I've seen there for their original content at all.
Some of
Yeah,
it's good, man.
some of it's
like
good.
Marvelous Mrs. Maisel's pretty solid show. Yeah, that's about
Yeah,
it.
that's just that one. Yeah.
That's the show.
So when the new season comes out, just buy it for a month.
Yeah. But do you have Prime?
No,
I don't
I'm like
either.
one of the few people who has never had Prime.
I have it, and I'll tell you what, the 1-day shipping is fucking crazy.
That's
mean,
that
it
white
is.
privilege.
I don't know. Like I'm not like a shopper. I just don't order stuff enough.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
no, it's
me
like
neither.
it's
But like a lot of people order shit every week. Like I don't know. I just
well, yeah.
well, it would be like, okay, so for instance, you go snowboarding, you tear your snow pants. You
Yeah.
need new snow pants for this weekend, right?
Yeah.
It's Thursday.
You walk to the store down the street. And you buy
Exactly.
And you pay $100, $150 for snow pants, or go on Amazon.com and get $50 snow pants.
$49.
Listen, Bezos does not need more of my money. Okay. If I need fucking snow pants and I can't wait for it, I go to Walmart and buy the $10 snow pants and then order whatever I want and wait for it. Listen, you can get free 2-day shipping if you like have $25 or more in your cart.
Yeah,
I was
but
gonna say,
And I'm a
shipping,
baller and I
2-day
always have
shipping.
at least $25. What?
2-day shipping.
Yeah, 2-day shipping.
Yeah.
But, like-
what about when you need cat food?
Go to
You're-
fucking Target and buy
Yeah,
cat food.
You're an idiot
so-
for waiting until 2 days before.
This is the
Like-
disconnect. Like, some people use Amazon like this, where they buy everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like, I just.
I don't know. I don't buy everything, so I buy groceries at the store. But
You
the
buy
thing is,
cat food.
the thing
Yeah.
is, okay, you just forget, right? Some things you just forget.
Yeah.
Like you forgot to buy something, right?
Like taking
say
care
you
of your
forget
cat.
about your cat.
So you're
Yeah,
gonna
your cat's
spend
You
well-being.
piece of
you're
shit.
gonna spend
It's
30
fucked up.
minutes of your time going to the store to get
No.
that one thing,
No.
or
No, you do pickup and you just get it
you
on
just
your way
click,
home from work.
press a button, and then it
Miles, you
arrives at your
live
house.
literally within
next
spitting
day.
distance of a Target, and you're still slinging your dick around Amazon all day. I don't
Yeah.
understand what the fuck the problem is.
I'm a
Look,
hater. I'm a hater. I'm admitting
Look,
it right now. I can't justify it. Like, I'm sure your arguments
Yeah.
have logic.
Yeah.
There
Fuck
are a
it.
lot of things
Yeah,
that
fuck it.
there are a lot of things you can't get at Target that I'll buy on
All right.
Amazon.
Name 5.
But do you need them in one day? Name 5 things you can't get from Target, but you need in one day.
Perfect. Start the clock now.
Fucking
I'm getting
dumb,
sweaty
bro.
right now.
Oh shit.
I just
He's
Ben
blushing.
Shapiro'd your ass.
Listen,
No, I'm just kidding.
listen.
He's like cat food. Wait, shit.
Yeah.
All I'm saying
Stupid
is
arguments that people can't win.
is that you guys, right? Like you guys have to think like, oh, I'm gonna need cat food in a week. Right? So next time I go to Target, I'm gonna get the cat food, right?
So
Yeah.
what he's trying to say
So
is
you're saying you pre-schedule
Yeah.
it, so
But
it's
all I
automatic.
do is I
like,
subscribe
redoes.
to it. It just sends it to me.
you
Like
guys,
monthly, like you don't remember.
do you
Yeah,
guys remember when
exactly.
they
But
did
like,
the
how
little,
sad of an existence do you have that like
Yeah.
you
a
never
lot
have
of
to
times
think
it's
about
cheaper.
or remember anything?
So a lot of times it's cheaper.
Yeah.
So for a couple bucks, you're sacrificing your individual thought and use of your brain.
And how do
No,
you
because
feel
I use my thought for other things. Like your brain only has so much space, so you got to use it for your creative.
And how do you feel about
Damn, you really got me there.
putting more load on the Amazon drivers that are having to pee in their bottles while they deliver? So you get your Amazon guy is now having to work twice as hard because your lazy ass couldn't plan out to go
in
to
the
Target.
future,
I thought
if you
about
want
that.
Amazon Prime one day delivery, you have to let your Uber driver pee in your mouth, or your Amazon driver just pee straight in your mouth while they
use your
deliver it to you.
bathroom. He's like, "Hello, here's your package."
Here's your package. I gotta piss.
No,
Got
I
it to you
I
on
thought
time.
about that, and then I was like, "Well, I think Uber's hiring."
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's
guy.
always hard because it's like you did apply and sign up for it,
Yeah.
and that's like any job. That's not just Amazon. I'm like, yeah, it sounds shitty,
Yeah.
but you chose that one.
Yeah.
It sucks.
And people will argue probably like socioeconomics or like education or what, and
Right.
those are fair arguments. But there's still a lot of other jobs you could go pick.
Yeah, and I'm not over here like slaughtering chickens and shit in my kitchen and eating living
This guy's Amazon
living
paleo.
things, that don't
It's
have
like
a
The
choice
Amazon
to,
paleo
that don't have a
diet. They
choice whether
ship
they
you a
want
That
live
logic-
chicken every
that-
2 days
that logic works
for you to kill in
until-
your room.
That logic works until you talk about like the sweatshop workers and the Foxconn.
Mm-hmm.
You always hear about it. You're like, why don't you just pick a different job?
Yeah,
Well, because the whole
Because we
town
are
relies
essentially-
on the Foxconn
Yeah.
factory for
Our
work.
entire existence has been dominated
Yeah.
by this corporation. We
Yes.
have no way out.
no,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it sucks.
That's different.
That's how Amazon is,
Yeah.
Miles.
That's
In
why
most cities.
Jeff Bezos is a fucking asshole. I'll say it right now.
Yeah.
He's a scumbag.
Yeah,
Let's
you
be honest
know,
with ourselves.
that's true. He is kind of
All the
scummy.
Rich-ass
executives
scumbag,
at
though.
Amazon that aren't doing anything about it,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
all scumbags.
Well, there's all
Yeah.
kinds of like terrible things you hear about Amazon, the working conditions.
Yeah,
And,
it's not just Amazon either. I mean, it's just
Yeah, it's not just Amazon.
Most large
it's
companies.
just
Yeah.
the global culture of our world. I think that it's like someone else will do it if you don't. So that's just what happens.
Well, the
yeah,
good thing
well,
is
and, like
enough
the person who
people
rises to the top tends to be
complain.
like the person with no conscience.
Yeah,
Doesn't seem to care about other people.
like it,
That's why CEOs are always the last ones on the boat to do any kind of anything.
Yeah,
any reasonable person who's hearing about people having to piss in a bottle and they're not allowed to take a
should
pee
probably
break
fix
because of
that.
it is going to be like, yeah, that's fucked up. We should probably do something about that and make sure people aren't put in that
And
position.
then they go, but I'm
Let's
not the
give them
person to
more
do
money.
anything about it. It would be that guy. And that guy's like, no.
At least Amazon owned up to it and was like, yeah, That's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've done anything to change their
Once it
policy.
came
we
out
now
into the
provide them
news.
Amazon branded bottles.
We have prime catheters.
Yeah, they've got
available for everybody.
spill resistant caps and shit.
Yeah.
So when they get back into the
Ergonomic piss
vehicle,
cup.
they just plug it back in.
Just hook, it's like a tail. They hook
It
the
actually
tail
has
back
an
up.
Alexa installed in it that says "Thank you."
What if there's like an evac button, which is like completely like ejects all the piss outside of the back of the car when it's full?
straight onto all the packages. So 1 day shipping, but your box is covered in piss.
Yeah, they have to now use the RV dump sites where RVs come down and dump their sewage.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Oh wow, Amazon Bezos, if you're listening,
They also
you're
got the
welcome.
drones, the Amazon drones and stuff now delivering.
Remember
in
how
certain
long
cities?
ago they came up with that idea?
Yeah, yeah.
It was a long time ago.
Again, another solution like the Uber, where it's like just remove humans from the equation and your problems.
It was 100%
It's a
like a
terrible
fake
thing.
graphic, but I remember on the internet like seeing this like CGI'd. It was like a giant blimp that said Amazon on it, and there were like hundreds of drones pouring out of it, so it looked like some sci-fi like Avengers type shit.
as like some
Yeah.
Terminator.
It was like,
Shit.
but like honestly, that might be how they have.
Have you seen the drones with the flamethrowers attached to it?
No.
They're used to like to I think burn something or get to something. I think it's
Covertly
like
start
to
forest
I think
fires.
it's actually to burn debris that falls on power lines. So they will
Oh,
just
so you
like
don't touch
shoot
it?
flame. Yeah, so they can just fly up, shoot flames at the debris and the power lines, and it falls.
Huh.
But I was like, yo, if anybody who has like evil intentions gets a hold of this thing, they
Flamethrower
could do some
drones, dude.
damage.
Yeah.
Imagine like a drone flying around with a flamethrower in Times Square. Not good.
Or like,
Probably
Please
should
remove
broadcast
the last
that.
30 seconds from this podcast.
I'm just saying
we
that's
didn't
scary.
suggest
If
it.
you're still tuning in,
Yeah.
there was content here which we removed.
Speaking of Amazon, you guys remember when they tried to do the Amazon Echo Dots, where it was like a button, and when you pressed it, it would automatically order something from you
Yes.
or for you on
Yes.
Prime.
Okay.
And
so,
then they stopped doing that, right?
yeah, I have to tell this
I don't
story.
understand
Okay.
that.
So,
like what the purpose
Right.
really was.
because you don't have Prime because you're not a lazy piece of shit, okay?
Wow.
You're
So-
a responsible human being.
So
Thought he
this
was
is what it
gonna-
was like. You have laundry detergent, and you're always like, you get to
bold
the end of it,
assumption.
and you're like, shit, we need more laundry detergent. You go to the store, and you come back, and you're like, fuck, we forgot to buy laundry detergent, right? So now there's
Yeah.
this thing like you're running low on laundry detergent. You press the button, and it would order a new one that would just be sent to your house.
Yeah.
So you would never be running
Oh.
out, right?
Interesting.
Like,
So
like
that-
toothpaste is the same way. You're always like, shit, we forgot to buy toothpaste again. So I didn't even know that those existed for the longest time. And then like a couple of years ago, I was like, you know what? I should make this thing where you put it in like underneath your the cabinet in your bathroom, like under the sink, right? Where you keep like toilet paper and soap and shit like that. And then when you that's like your stock. And then when you take something from there,
yeah.
it
knows.
knows,
Yeah,
and
it
then
knows.
it
Well,
will
that's how
order
those
it.
Amazon stores work now, like the cashierless stores. So like they very easily could just, I mean, not easily, but they could probably develop technology to where you could install like a scanner in your cabinet
They
that
did
knows
it.
the item.
Yeah,
oh,
they
they
did it.
did it.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. There's
That
a
was
lot
my
of-
fucking
I'm
idea.
so behind
You're-
all the times at this point. I'm so fucking. Wait, so that's what the dot is? Is it knows what's in
Yeah.
your shit and then it.
Well, no. So it's a button specifically for one product.
Yeah.
So you buy it and then you assign it to a product on
so you get
Amazon.
a bunch of buttons.
Well, they got
can,
rid
yeah.
of it. It's,
Yeah, they don't do it anymore.
that's
Now
not
they
anymore.
have this
There's a
scanner.
not a great
They have a
thing.
shelf.
Yeah.
You
Well, the
put-
shelf knows when the product is off the shelf, so
Yeah.
it'll just inventory like automatic inventory management.
Oh.
And then
well,
it'll,
I think it also
yeah.
has like weight too on it.
Yeah, either way, it's
So
like
like
a
if I take
sensor.
like my box of cookies out of there,
Yeah.
because I want to eat a couple cookies, is it going to order more cookies? Or it'll know when I put it back, it's slightly lighter.
yeah, if you tell it that anytime there's no cookies in the cabinet, order cookies, it will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe
so you'd
like-
still have to give it like a command to order more cookies.
Yeah, because what if you're
once
like,
it
I don't
knows.
want to order
No,
more.
it'll do it.
But
by
you just
itself.
click order whatever's not in there. Really, is what
It's probably better for like if you. I mean, I'm
Essentials.
Sure, there's got to be a better. There's got to be a way where it says like once it gets down to this weight, reorder it or something. But
Yeah.
there's probably
Yeah.
it's probably also for like you usually keep like 2 of something that way you can
Sure,
just replace
yeah, you
it.
always
It's
have
like
that.
when you take the second
Mhm.
Huh?
stuff like that.
Interesting.
That's pretty interesting.
I had an idea once where it was like a Bluetooth camera sticky thing where you could stick it to any surface, like your
remember this.
mirror, and take a selfie and then take the camera and put it on like your visor in your car, and I looked it up. It was already a thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. How many of those ideas have you had where you're like, oh, they should do this, and then it was a thing?
I mean, I basically invented Amazon.com.
You pretty much did.
I remember
in the
when I
90s.
thought about the iPhone, and then
Yeah.
I looked it up. I was like, oh shit, someone already.
Yeah.
did an
Ah,
iPhone.
shit. There's a.
Like I should make a phone that has like in it, like the screen is just the entire thing. Be a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about boxed water? That's coming back. You ever
Yeah,
seen
it's
that?
fairly
coming back?
popular. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, going back to the Amazon store thing, have you guys been to that?
The
No.
Go, the Amazon
Amazon
Go
I'm
store.
store.
going to go.
I went to one
I think
in
my brother
Seattle.
has.
How was
We
it?
went to Seattle. They have them all over there. It's
Yeah,
like on
because
every
that's
block.
That's
where
the
their
HQ,
Yeah,
headquarters.
this
right?
is their
Yeah.
headquarters. Yeah.
Yeah. You run into Bezos?
To what?
Bezos?
Is
Did you
that
run
us?
into him?
Yeah, I mean, I went to. Yeah, I saw him. Just
Happy
Casual
hour.
He was in the
Bezos
store. Yeah.
at Chili's.
He was just like
He was standing on a pile of workers.
probably. He's a horrible person. We're
He's
never
actually
getting
really
sponsored.
short. The only reason he looks normal height is because he's always standing on
Yeah.
people.
Exactly. or he's on stilts or something. Yeah.
Bezos.
Anyway,
Did you see the picture of Mark? Sorry, this is off topic. The picture of Mark Zuckerberg like at the beach
Yes.
surfing, and he's got like a ridiculous amount of sunscreen on his
No.
face.
Dude, look it up.
Oh,
It's
look it up. Yeah.
hilarious.
It's like his
Apparently-
face is like
yeah.
ghostly white. So apparently his excuse
Mm-hmm.
was, I noticed there were paparazzi there, so I put a fuck ton of sunscreen on my face because I thought they wouldn't recognize me.
Yeah.
Backfired because they
yeah.
did recognize him, but
Yeah.
he just looks super weird.
Dude,
That's
it's like
great.
Mike Myers. Like
It was such an
treatment.
on-point Zuckerberg thing to do.
what?
It's so it just
Dude,
adds to
he
his
looks like a mime.
inhumanness.
Yeah, he does look like a mime.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Is that like whiteface? Is it a thing? I don't think it's a thing.
I don't,
I don't
yeah.
know.
I don't know
And
if
that
you
is
could
the
do
second 30 seconds that have been removed from the podcast.
This is actually.
Oh my god, that picture is so funny.
It looks like he's.
I love that he was
bukkake.
like, this is a disguise, though. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
guy who's apparently extremely smart thought that would
Yes,
work.
he was in the front of a mirror and was like, "Yeah, that'll work.
No one will
That'll do
recognize
it.
me.
Yeah, that'll do it."
It changes 0 of my features.
Did you guys know he can surf?
What can he do? He's a
feels weird.
robot. He can just program himself to surf.
You remember that video he had where he was like cooking meats in
Yeah.
his backyard? And he kept saying that, like just,
Yeah. Just
just
cooking
cooking
meats.
some meats,
Yeah.
smoking some meats with my boys.
The guy is so
and everyone
weird.
was like,
He is
"This
weird.
can't be real."
Yeah.
Yeah. The other day he I don't know if it's like I think you automatically follow him on Facebook or something like that. Kind of like when in MySpace days.
Do you?
Matt Parker. That was his name.
Is it
Uh,
as Mark Zuckerberg?
Tom Anderson.
Tom
I'm
Anderson? That's
looking.
right. I should know that.
If I search Mark
He's
Zuckerberg,
my cousin.
Yeah.
or is it just like the Zuck? Like what do you
the
say?
Zuck.
Zuckies.
No, I think it's Mark Zuckerberg.
I
I don't know.
I don't follow him. I'm not following.
Okay,
him.
maybe I followed him at some point. But anyway, I'll see him post things on Facebook. And the other day he was like, "Do you ever get so like excited about what you're doing that you forget to eat?"
Mm.
I was like, "Oh, that's
Something a robot would say.
interesting."
The same. Zuckerbot.
He doesn't have
robot.
emotions, dude.
Yeah.
Like I remember that people made the gifs of him when he was like in front of Congress or whatever,
Mhm.
sipping the water. And
It was like Data from Star Trek. It was really weird.
made like a lot of mouth noises.
People get upset when they're like when stuff like that happens where you automatically follow somebody like Tom Anderson or Zuckerberg when you like remember when you bought when you bought a new iPhone, it came preloaded with the U2 album and people fucking rioted. They were like, "God damn it. Waste up my gig space." Back
Yeah.
then when we're running on like half a gig memory on the phone or storage on the phone.
Yeah, exactly. The other thing was it would just like mix into your other music. So if you just put your music on shuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause back then you would put your music on shuffle, you know,
Yeah.
like you didn't have Spotify and shit.
kids. Let's explain shuffling.
Yeah. Did you remember the iPod Shuffle? Did you ever
Yes.
have that?
It's like
Oh,
this
yeah,
big.
That was
I had
my
the little
first
shuffle.
iPod because
But before that, even you remember like the MP3 players where all the names of your songs were like Britney _ Spears _ my favorite .mp3. Like it wasn't even the name of the song or whatever.
Flashlight.
halfway through the song, you hear the DJ
Yeah.
or the person that was seeding the music. It was
Yeah, it
like,
would be like
DJ Nutter Butter.
yeah. No, there was one. What was it? It was like, oh god. Now this is music.
Yeah.
Music.
Yeah. There's always
Like
an
that
echo
always, like,
effect on
came
it.
in, yeah.
It was kind of like when in hip hop or rap when you have everybody announce themselves in the beginning of the song.
DJ Khaled.
That used to be a thing out of necessity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a style thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, those were good.
It's kind of weird how that happened, where it was like, no, I'm announcing myself because people won't know I'm on the song unless I do that, and then like to your point, it was like, no, that's the style now.
Well, like, and that's like producers, actual producers, like DJ Khaled saying their name on the song. This was just like the cringe website you illegally downloaded the MP3 off of. It wasn't like related to the production at all.
LimeWire, and then I did torrents.
Remember the LimeWire days? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Spotify changed everything. Never thought that would be a thing where you just instantly find whoever you wanted to in the world. And then like Taylor Swift and Jay-Z were like, we're holding out.
Right.
Yeah.
The Beatles too.
Tidal.
At some point, whoever owned the Beatles music, I think it was
A bunch
MJ's
of
estate.
big artists did that.
Yeah, they're like, no.
And then they tried to make Tidal, and then Tidal just bombed.
I forgot who bought out Tidal recently for like a
I can't remember.
crazy
Yeah,
amount of
someone did
money. I'm
buy
like,
it, though.
there's no way that's worth that much. Sorry.
I think it was Jack Dorsey, like from Twitter.
Oh yeah.
I think he bought it.
Miles,
I
look
could
this
be
shit
totally
up.
What is it
wrong.
called?
It's
just
called
in my head.
Tidal.
Yeah, like a tidal wave.
Yeah, a music.
Oh, Tidal Wave.
Yeah, it's
TIDAL,
Jay-Z's company.
yeah.
Well, used to be. I don't know if he still owns it, but
Um,
I think Kanye was also exclusive on there for a while.
Yeah, Jack White was exclusive on there
Yep.
as well. It was a whole bunch of just like pretentiousness.
Yeah, I mean, I get what they were trying to do. It was like have artists.
It was
own
like give
it.
the artist the power
Yeah.
back, but like it did not come
No.
off that way.
No. Eventually, everybody caved
Yeah.
to Spotify and Apple Music.
so Square bought it.
Yep.
Which
That's
was owned
Jack
by
Dorsey,
Jack
isn't it?
Dorsey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
For how much? Does it say?
Five-
Ooh,
$500
good
billion.
question.
Because
But
not
I thi-
worth that much.
I think
Gotta tell you.
the co-owners who are like Beyonce, Madonna, Rihanna.
I feel like most of the artists that were
Jay-Z.
on it were just owners in it, and we're like, well,
That's the thing
Need
is
to
they
be
all
on it.
came together and were like, you know what, fuck this streaming shit. Let's take back the power, do it ourselves, and we'll make the money instead of these other fucking hedge fund.
and then Spotify
fucks.
said we can literally see what your brain wants to listen to before you know.
Dude,
what you
I
wanna listen to.
fucking love Spotify. Spotify, if you're listening, this podcast can be bought
Are
exclusively
you on
for your
Spotify?
platform.
Is this on
Yeah.
Spotify?
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice. Okay.
$297 million. So Jay-Z sold
bad.
his portion,
Of it.
not even the whole entire
No.
company.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like
Wow.
Beyonce, Madonna,
They
Rihanna,
also
some other
have it.
people.
I
still
also
own-
read, I think recently Jay-Z did another big business deal. Like his champagne brand or something just sold for a bunch of money.
Ooh, you know whose brand alcohol brand just sold? Fucking
Conor McGregor's.
Conor McGregor's for like 200 mil or 600.
I think it was 600 million. I think it was
600
a decent amount of money.
Oh, I remember
I'm
seeing
going to
his
be way
ads
off
on-
and be embarrassed
I
when
think
he
it, I
starts
think
it.
it was.
It was a
'Cause
lot of money.
I remember being like, no fucking way, it's
Yeah.
worth that much. But somebody, because like
Miles would be like, it was $30
the
million.
whole reason why it's valuable is because he is
it's
a part
because it
of
was
it.
his brand.
Yeah, but once
What was it
he's-
called?
Fuck, I've never had it.
His brand has racked up $1 billion in sales.
No, like it's a popular whiskey.
It is a popular whiskey. I've never had it.
What is?
I didn't.
But-
I didn't even remember seeing. I started seeing ads for it like
Yeah.
It's called
like
Number 12.
this past year.
Yeah. We're sponsored by number 12. Put some of that Conor McGregor
Dose.
money to our marketing. So 200 million.
So probably.
Crazy. 2 years it took him to build that brand.
Mhm. Yeah, it was
And
pretty
then
fast.
Done. 200 million.
The Doge
Cash that shit in. That's what you do when you have something like that because the longevity of those brands, there's a lot of
It's based on your
alcohol
celebrity.
brands.
It
Yeah.
will not be timeless.
Right.
You gotta sell what's high.
Things like Jameson, Macallan, Glenlivet, those are brands that are timeless and classic and will forever be on the shelves. But,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay, so Jose Cuervo actually bought like 50% of the company.
Gotcha.
damn.
It was like George Clooney came out with that tequila Casamigos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like all the trucks have his face on them, which is super funny. You see George Clooney's face driving down the street.
He was also, I think he was a part of Nespresso too.
Yeah. Well,
an
I don't know
actual
if that
owner?
was just a sponsorship or if he was like owner or what. But
It's really weird for him to do a commercial. Like I always thought that was weird that him and Danny DeVito did like a commercial for a coffee company. I'm like, really? You're
Yeah.
doing coffee commercials now?
it's weird to me that Danny DeVito was doing any commercial at all. Like it just seems like
that
he
guy.
would not be interested in that at all.
I mean, it's just
a
like
weird guy.
you two of the biggest stars ever
Yeah.
are doing coffee commercial now. I mean, how much did Nespresso fork up for that
mean,
shit? They're like
It's Nespresso.
Clean
It's not
me.
coffee.
They
I will
must
suck
make
your
a
dick.
lot of money though, because I have
Yeah.
one.
espresso.
It's really expensive.
They just pay them in Nespresso makers.
Yeah.
You get one in every room in
Wonder
your
if
house.
that-
You got like
that'd be so
40
funny
rooms
if they
in
were
your house.
cool
You get
with
all
that.
40.
The pods are worth more than the Nespresso maker though.
They're like, we're gonna give you
Yeah.
$10 million to star in this, or we'll give
10
you
million Nespresso pods.
Nespresso for life. He's like, okay, fine.
We'll
Just do
throw
the
an
espresso
Alexa in
pods.
there too for fun.
But only gets like one pod a month or something.
Well, really, what?
Coffee for life.
Yeah.
Coffee for life.
Well,
But
you always
not
hear
every day.
the like first 10 customers to Wingstop get wings for life.
Yeah.
And you always want, okay, what's the details? Because I'm gonna be there every fucking day getting my wings.
Yeah. You have to
Never
pay
eat
the
anywhere
taxes
else.
on that, right? It's
Yeah,
like
probably.
$1
Yeah,
billion
but for
in
life
taxes.
is like an actual measurement. Like there's not a. It doesn't mean you get it forever.
Yeah,
There's
I
like
think-
an amount.
Yeah, there's
that
like
they
you get
have
10
calculated
weeks.
you
Yeah.
probably couldn't eat in your lifetime,
They,
and
like,
then you
they-
get that over the course of like a year.
They weigh you if you have like a pre-existing condition that like changes the amount that they give you. It's like an insurance company.
This guy's got, believe me, he's gonna eat a lot of wings.
I don't
Just
know.
keeps eating them.
Even if I could get 10 wings a day, I would never. I think I would
Yeah.
do like once a week for like the first.
Imagine how sick you
3
would get
months.
of wings within a
Ugh,
couple
it would
days.
ruin it.
Very quickly.
The curse of getting food for life is that you never want to eat it after the first 3 months again, because you eat so much.
That's how
of
they
it.
get
It's
away
true.
with it, is because their lives
know.
are typically pretty short, either by dying because they've just eaten this, or killing themselves because they're miserable.
They're like,
in
this
the-
guy's only gonna last 6 more months because he's only
He's so
eating
fucking
wings.
miserable. He just keeps eating hot wings.
They did that in Family Guy where Peter saved someone from a fire, I think. It was like from the burger joint. And then so he got burgers for life. And then he ended up having a stroke from it. So like
That's
he couldn't feel the left side of his face.
The best ending of any Family Guy episode is when the episode when he picks up smoking, and at the end of the episode he like gets in the hospital and they're like, yeah, you've done so much damage. He goes, so this just won't go back to normal the next episode? They're like, nope. And then the episode just ends.
It's just over.
Like, yeah, smoking will cause irreparable
No, I
damage.
saw like a GIF of some animated like DC show with Harley Quinn in it,
Ooh.
and she's like fighting some bad guys. They're in a laboratory or something, picking up random stuff and using it to attack each other. She picks up this ray gun and shoots the guy, and like nothing happens, and they're all just like standing there. And then like I don't remember how they start the conversation, but like it was a cancer ray, and the guy's like, Harley Quinn, you gave me cancer, and she's like, I'm so sorry. Why the fuck would they even make this? Like, what the hell is that, right? Like, and he's like, I'm done. I'm about to go spend time with my kids, and he like takes off, and I was like, what was that, dude? Like, that
So
was,
dark. I can't believe that was a cartoon. Shit.
That's so weird.
I love that reaction. Like, why did they even make this thing?
Yeah.
Do you ever rewatch old cartoons like Disney movies and be like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like I never like that went right over my head when I watched it when I was like 10 or 12.
Yeah.
There's a couple movies like that where like The Incredibles, I think, has a couple of those where
I
they're
remember
like,
just watching rewatching Mulan, and actually like the emotional gravitas of like this village that got wrecked like hit me, and I was like, oh, this is actually an extremely dark movie about
Yes.
war.
oh,
Because there's like a huge tone
Yes.
change in the middle of the movie.
Hunchback of Notre Dame is a dark ass movie.
Yeah.
The first opening
watch that
scene
again.
is like really crazy. I watched that recently, and that's the first time I really realized that like, oh shit, Disney was making some dark shit, and they were like animating it and then passing it off as like kid stuff. Like
Well, it's like the Lady and the Tramp had like that super
Yep.
stereotype racist, like the Siamese
the
cats.
Siamese cats. Yeah, that's a famous
they
one.
removed
What's
that.
the Ichabod and Mr Toad animation film? Have you remember that?
Oh, yeah, you just unlocked a memory.
Dude.
Yeah. What was wrong with it? I
Well,
don't
it's
remember
scary.
I just remember it.
It's like the
Yeah.
headless horseman.
It's like the Headless
story.
Horseman fairy tale.
Yeah,
Think about Crane.
yeah. I mean, a majority of those old stories are from like the Brothers Grimm, and they're not like they're fairy tales, but they're like dark,
No,
very
like a Sleeping
violent.
Beauty or a Cinderella or like, I think a lot of those are like they're twists on
Yeah.
classic Grimm stories.
Yeah. Also, Sleeping Beauty, kind of scary.
That
Yeah,
whole movie's rapey
Kind of
because
scary.
the prince just shows up, like kisses her while she's sleeping.
It's like that.
a weird one.
She can't give consent if she's sleeping. I'm just saying, a little rapey vibe.
Damn.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind
It
of
is weird to watch.
That's crazy.
That shit would not fly.
She would have to
Anyways.
have like a letter like signed by her, right?
Yeah, there was in the
Even
new
then,
version. There's
even
a
then you
consent
don't know
form.
because she could have changed her mind.
Dude, the guy that did the song is like, "Pop 'em out, let me see them." You know that song?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, there's this movement to try to get him to redo the song.
Okay.
And it's he did a TikTok and he's like, I've got these letters of these like protesters saying they'll back down if I change the lyrics to the song to say like, pop them out if you give me consent or something like that. And he's like, and not in the fucking, heaven or hell, I'm not gonna do that.
No, I watched like Saving Private Ryan because it's about to come off of Netflix.
Oh, really?
The 30th is the last day you can watch it on Netflix. It's a good movie,
Yeah.
obviously, but there's like a scene in it where they're like towards the end of the movie when people have died and they're kind of like bonding. And one of the soldiers is like, I remember seeing the captain's wife like before we came out here, and she had some big old double E boobs. Like he's like describing them, and he's like, so I convinced her. I worked in a lingerie shop, and I convinced her to wear like a double D bra, and those things were popping out. And I was like, this is a weird story.
Yeah.
This is a really weird story to be telling.
That'd be funny if it was that was true, because that whole story is based on a true story, right? Like the guy in the beginning where he's like isn't that the actual guy?
There was, there were examples of like a bunch of brothers being killed, and there was a rule that they made that like you can't have all of the siblings die. Like,
Yeah.
so it's, I think it's based off that rule. I don't know if it's based off a particular example of it.
You ever watch Band of Brothers? It's another
Yeah,
good one.
yeah, that's a really good
They're
one.
making a sequel to that movie apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. With
They
some
did
of the same
before I
characters.
saw it. Like there was already like a prequel series.
Really? I don't know. It's
I
on
thought
HBO
Generation Kill was like a spiritual prequel to. Do you remember that one?
though. No.
It's like Iraq wartime,
Oh,
but it's the same
shit.
concept. It's called Generation Kill,
Interesting.
and it's also
No.
on
HBO.
HBO.
Yeah. You gotta get HBO, man.
Yeah, just to watch Bands of Brothers, I would get it. I remember, God, yeah, that show was heavy. I remember
So
my dad
many
like
good
watching that when I was
shows.
a little kid, and I like didn't understand why he wanted to watch it. I was like, this is boring.
Yeah.
Then you watch it, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, you're like, holy
What a masterpiece.
shit. What are you looking up, Miles?
I was just looking up
Whale
Band of
penises.
Brothers.
Yeah. When did that come out?
Ooh,
2000?
dang. I was gonna say, let's guess.
2001. It's a miniseries.
Black Hawk Down is a solid war
Yeah.
movie.
Mm-hmm. War movies are kind of like hit and miss. There's a kind of a cult,
Yeah.
a controversy to them, right? Like glorifying war.
And
making
like
money
you
off
watch
of it.
them, like they're fucking violent, and like
Yeah.
there's no story other than the war happened, and this is us experiencing it, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're controversial.
Some of them are more glorifying it than others. I feel like the Saving Private Ryan does not glorify war.
It's horrifying.
You watch
It's
the
terrifying.
D-Day scene
Movies
and you're
that
like,
glorify, like
oh
what's that one
shit.
with Brad Pitt that came out? Fury.
Yeah.
like that was like a weird.
Yeah.
Let's glorify violence.
Yeah, and Glorious Bastards. That's a good movie though.
God, it's so good.
so
I
good.
get it. Like yes,
Yeah.
but it's also not a real war. Like they
Yeah.
used concepts, but that it's like a fake version.
The ending of that is
events.
so good. So good. Yeah. You ever seen that movie? Inglourious Bastards?
I
Miles?
think there's a head crush in Inglourious Basterds.
Probably,
isn't there?
yeah. They kill some Nazis in that one. Spoiler alert.
Takes the bat.
Hitler does not make it out so good
That has
in each story, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Yeah.
what's his name?
That's
from
also
The
Brad
Office?
Pitt.
Inglourious Bastards, yeah.
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 So he was in two different
Isn't
yeah. like movies like that. I feel like he's in another one too.
he's like Arrivederci. That's the only line I
Arrivederci,
remember.
yeah.
Arrivederci. Yeah, I think we're overdue for another good, solid war movie. The last one I saw was 1917. That was really
It
good.
was really good.
That was really good.
Yeah.
The best, the
Beautifully
the coolest
shot.
part. Yeah, the coolest part was they didn't do it like this, but they edited it to make it look like it was shot in one take.
continuous.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean you can see the cut points as you go through it, but it's filmed as though it's a continuous.
it's
shot.
really beautiful, and since it's done like it's POV style, so like you feel like you're in the trench.
Oh yeah, I saw it in movie theaters and like I was
Yeah.
like sweaty, like because
That would be such a good IMAX movie.
yeah.
Speaking of IMAX, the Snyder Cut how it's in
coming out.
4:3.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was made for IMAX. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like when we first started watching it, we were like,
Yeah, I was like, why is my TV a box?
Am
So
I watching?
you got
the
like an
wrong
IMAX
version? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you. Yeah, it was kind of confusing, and then I had to Google it, and they're like, yeah. Did they tell you in the beginning? And did I just miss that? They were like, this is originally intended for.
No, I think I read somewhere like it's,
Okay.
it's a 4:3 movie, and it's because
Was
he
it going to be
imagined it.
only IMAX though?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. Yeah. Otherwise, it's weird to go to a movie theater and watch it like that.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is like they were, even if they intended
really
it for being
limited.
IMAX, they
I think
were
he
going to
just wanted
release it.
4:3 for the way it made the shots look like.
Yeah.
It's just Zack Snyder being Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
Weird.
What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah, movies are cool.
Well, thanks for being on, man. I really appreciate it.
That conversation, like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, and Snyder Cut.
We ran out of sponsorships, so
This is not the Snyder cut of this podcast. It is going to end.
Yeah. At the second hour mark.
also
nice.
we'll release like all the extra footage later on.
Yeah, all the
call it the
bonus cut
director's
footage
cut.
for all our Patreon users.
Did you hear though that Marvel's planning, or they had talked about, because of the success of the Snyder cut, they had talked about releasing a 6-hour version of the Avengers Endgame?
Oh my god.
And I was kind of like, I'm still down.
I mean, I'll watch
sounds
it.
super long and
6
ridiculous,
hours.
but I enjoyed the Snyder cut.
That's I did the 4-hour Snyder Cut in one take, and I was actually kind of wanting more.
I could have kept
Yeah.
watching it.
But 6 hours, that's a 2-night movie experience.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I might get a blood clot forming hour
Get a
5.
blood
Get like an
Not moving
exercise bike
around.
just so you can watch it.
Yeah, they should stream it to all Peloton
Start suing
bikes.
production companies for making the movies too long.
Well, that was
You
the
forced
thing is
me
like
into a sedentary lifestyle, which contributed to my.
you
massive
definitely can't
health
do that
problem.
in theaters. That's the kind of cool thing with the streaming thing, going straight to streaming, is you do get these extended cuts.
And you don't have to pay like $40 for
Yeah.
some weird box set thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the cool thing that it's enabled. I wonder if hearing you say that Marvel's interested in doing that makes me hopeful that more or other productions, Once
they're
Upon
seeing
a Time.
that people are willing to watch longer stuff.
Well, I heard that in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood had like 11-hour cut
Oh my god.
I would. I'm
That's
okay.
crazy.
or
How
something like that. It was
too
something.
long
I
as
may
it
have not
was,
been
I'll
that
be
long, but
honest.
it was crazy long. And
movie
and-
was good, but it was already too
But
long.
I feel
Yeah.
like this is why series have been better than
Yeah.
they used to, because
Well, they-
before it was mostly on TV, and then you had like HBO and like
Mhm.
Stars and
Right.
Show-
Yeah, I mean
whatever.
HBO is got to really bump it up, because like their whole thing was like, we make
Yeah.
like quality stuff, but
Mhm.
now everything makes like high production quality stuff.
exactly.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's good
Also,
for us.
people binge shows, so we're okay with sitting there for 6 hours of like,
That's
The
so
Office
true.
or something.
It's a good Sunday. Like, just block out half my Sunday to watch Marvel's Endgame for
Yeah,
6
I
hours.
DoorDash some Five Guys. Just watch hours of TV.
Yeah,
Get
It's
fat.
disgusting.
so true.
I'm definitely gonna have a stroke.
Well, you guys can binge watch all of our episodes on YouTube. It's
Yeah.
like 30 hours long at this point.
We'll
Mhm.
release a 6-hour version of this podcast.
Yeah, yeah. This
The-
was actually 8 hours. We'll cut it down to
Yeah.
6. Release 2.5 of it.
We really trimmed everything we thought we could.
The Snyder Cut.
All the
at Lucky
content was
Duck.
necessary.
We probably
All of
could
it.
have cut the penis stuff out, but
Yeah, no, I like the penis stuff.
We actually went on about penises for much
It was good.
longer.
Well, it was an
in the
appropriate
full
amount of
cut.
time,
Yeah.
if you ask me.
yeah.
We'll pull it out to our listeners.
Almost-
Yeah.
What they
almost
think.
as long
Please
as
comment in the comment section
Yeah.
of whatever
like to
app
hear
you're using.
more
Yeah.
penis.
No, if you think that we talked about penis too long.
Exactly.
Or
Yeah.
Or not enough.
We want to hear from you guys.
enough,
What do you want
whichever.
us to talk about? What do you want us not to talk about?
Probably
Mhm.
penis.
If it's penis, then just don't include that in the
And
survey.
watch the next podcast.
Yeah.
2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we're releasing.
Nice.
You're gonna want to see the next one. I think I gave a little hint at the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, his
Did you?
name rhymes with Brom JD.
Mhm.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Brady copied me.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Cool. Yeah,
Thanks for doing
having
this.
me.
We'll have you on
Yeah,
again
thanks.
soon, and
Appreciate it. It was
we'll
good.
have to hear about how your honeymoon went and all that good stuff.
Yeah, bring me back for the product placement anytime.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
probably jump in and
We're
do
gonna
that.
get you
Sounds good.
a Jack Daniel's shirt because we're also sponsored, not sponsored by them, but no. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, leave a review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you're listening. We appreciate you guys. Until next time.
Smash that subscribe button.
Adios.